The voice is gone. Good morning, sports fans. And it is gone. It is bad. So, can't do that. But good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the scorekeeper. You can tell. This is from Thursday evening. I went to a game, baseball game, Angels and the Red Sox, and the Angels won. Beat Boston. So I'm very, very happy with that one. Shohei Ohtani did very well. 7 innings, gave 1 run, and uh, he homered, 2-run shot, and they went on to win. So good morning, Aisha. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Appreciate the like this early in the morning. So once again, I do apologize. It is bad. I didn't cheer all that much, but the voice is gone. So we're going to get through it. I'm waiting for my co-host to join me. But thank you, everyone. If you are on my personal page, I remind you, head over to facebook.com/NDB Media, and you'll be able to catch us live. And yes, you'll be able to catch this dead man and his dead voice. So we will get through this. I do have coffee. I'm probably going to need a lot more, but we'll see. So if Dreem is able to join us today, he's going to be back there. And I'll give you a look of what his background looks like. You're going to hear the echo. Horrible. You can barely hear the echo. But that's where he's going to sit. That's the exit to the office back there. And on that image, there, you can hear the echo now. I'm to the left. That's studio headquarters. So, anyway, that's a tease. So we'll see. I sound like a bullfrog. I'm all right. Tad tired, but beyond that, we're ready to go. So, folks, we are going to get to it. Again, I thank you. The 64 degrees is going to get to 93 today. It's going to be an overnight low 63, so we're almost on the overnight low. And it is 6:02 in the morning. The sun did rise at 5:38 a.m. It's going to set at 8:02 p.m., so we are definitely in the summer. And as I mentioned, it'll be high of 93, low of 63. The humidity is 86% right now as we speak. Pressure's going down 29.90 inches. Visibility allegedly is 10 miles. And the wind heading south, 1 mile per hour. The dew point is at 60 degrees. UV index is 0 of 10. And we are in a waxing gibbous. So that's a quick look at the weather. Oh, I did not. Ooh, thank God I didn't say it. I was about to say it. Hey, I didn't whip out the calendar. Like a fool, I'm about to do that right now. There it is. This calendar is through. Let's see, 2024. Just check it out. December of 2024. Yeah, so I'm going to have to start adding to it soon enough. But anyway, we'll get to the calendar in just a moment. Today's joke. It's a 6th grade science teacher, Miss Aisha Kerr, asked her class, which human body part increases to 10 times its size when stimulated? No one answered until little Mary stood up and said, you should not be asking 6th graders a question like that. I'm going to tell my parents, and they will go and tell the principal, and they will fire you. Miss Kerr ignored her and asked the question again. Which body part increases to 10 times its size when stimulated? Little Mary's mouth fell open. Then she said to those around her, boy, is she going to get in big trouble. Miss Kerr continued to ignore her and said to the class, anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Finally, Billy stood up, looked around nervously, and said, the body part that increases 10 times its size when stimulated is the pupil of the eye. Miss Kerr said, very good, Billy. Then turned to Mary and continued, as for you, young lady, I have 3 things to say. 1, you have a very dirty mind. 2, you didn't read your homework. And 3, one day You're going to be very, 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 very disappointed. Oh, so I think you guys will like that one. Today in history, today in big history, on June 11th, 1955, the race car at Le Mans crashes into spectators. It killed 82 people. I know we've seen the imagery of it, but a racing car in Le Mans, France goes out of control and crashes in the stands filled with spectators, as I mentioned, killing 82 people. The tragedy in the famous 24-hour race led to a ban on racing in several nations. The Le Mans race, organized by France's Automobile Club, OS, was first held in May of 1923 and has since been held nearly every June. The race always begins at 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon and lasts for the next 24 hours over a 13-kilometer course running through the country roads near Le Mans. The winner is the racer who covers the greatest distance in that time. Before in 1970, each car could only have two drivers. Only a single driver was allowed in the early years of the race. 3 are required today. So I know there's imagery. If you guys want to check it out, it is there. So it was a sad event, as I mentioned, in 1955. Ugh, absolutely horrible. The Grand Prix races. Oh, excuse me. The race continued despite the horrific accident. Hawthorne won, reportedly because if the remaining spectators had left the area, they would have blocked the ambulances called to pick up the dead and injured. The rest of the Mercedes team was recalled. Grand Prix races in Germany and Switzerland scheduled for later that year were canceled. Both Spain and Mexico temporarily banned motor racing following the 1955 Le Mans tragedy. If you're outside, just come in. I'm getting a message from Dreem there. Hold on one moment, folks. Oh, yeah, so he's all right. So, anyway, folks, sorry I had to check. I hear things with these headsets. So, as I mentioned, Germany and Switzerland were canceled later that year. Both Spain and Mexico temporarily banned motor racing following the 1955 Le Mans tragedy. That is a quick look in major history. Other events, as you know, the 1921 53rd Belmont, Earl Sandy riding Gray Lag wins in 2 minutes 16 seconds and 0.8. 2 minutes 60 seconds, 0.8. Today is Belmont, the 154th running. So we'll be, what? Maybe I should have my notes over here. So that's in 1950, the 50th U.S. Open men's golf. Marion, 60 months after being severely injured in an auto accident, Ben Hogan beats Lloyd. I guess it's the day of auto accidents. Beat Lloyd Mangrum by 4 shots and George Fazio by 6 in an 18-hole playoff. It's called the Miracle at Merion or Merion or Meron. I don't know. It's a big day in golf, man. In 1970, I remember this driver, AJ Foyt. In 1967, AJ Foyt and Dan Gurney drive a Ford to victory in Le Mans. So, I think Dreem left a comment because the link is not up. Oh, all right. Sorry. All right, I may have erred. All right, sorry, folks. Let me get that one going. There it is. And it is now in. Let's see, I sent the link to everyone. And let me see if I have it on the Sports Talk with the guy. No. NDB Media host page. Sorry, folks. I got everything done except for this one. So let me see. There it is. Posted. So I better put the link. Sports Talk with the guys on 6/11/2022. Oh, alrighty then. I apologize. I didn't do that. So, all right. And of course, in 1988, New York Yankees, Rick Rhoden becomes the first pitcher since the American League's adoption of the rule in 1973 to DH. He went over one with an RBI and an 8-6 victory over the Baltimore Orioles. I remember that. I do. But obviously, Shohei Ohtani is doing a lot better. Back in 1990, Nolan Ryan pitches his sixth no-hitter, beating Oakland in the ninth. He retires Ken Phelps, Ricky Henderson, and Willie Randolph, all ex-Yankees. Go figure. Back in 1990. That was interesting. In 1992, Hall of Fame Tracy Austin, 29, is the youngest inductee of the International Tennis Hall of Fame. And finally, in 2011, on the 143rd Belmont, Jose Valdivia Jr. aboard Ruler on Ice wins in 2 minutes 30 seconds, .88. So, one more. In 2012, in the Stanley Cup Final, Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, the LA Kings defeat the New Jersey Generals 6-1 for a 4-2 series win. First Stanley Cup title in Kings' 45-year history. I remember that one. That was a big deal. All right. So, let me continue to take a look here. We're going to head on over and we're going to look at the land down under in National Rugby League down in Australia. Just happened. And it looks like Speedy will be joining us in just a moment. There's a blank screen, and there is Speedy. Good morning, Speedy.
Good morning, Scorekeeper. I only have a few moments today. Won't be long today, so.
How you doing, young man?
Good. How are you doing?
All right. A little tired. Voice is gone, but it's all right. I went to the game on Thursday with a coworker. For those of you who are on my Facebook page, you know who it is. It's Caesar. He is the body shop supervisor, and he had never been to a baseball game ever in his life. And we went, and the home team, thank goodness, beat the visiting team 5-2. Shohei Ohtani was pitching, as I mentioned. He did very well. He had a home run for the victory. Actually won 5-2. Damn, I wanted it to be 5-1 because his 2-run home run would have been the deciding factor. But it doesn't matter. They won 5-2. It was fun. It was exciting. Speedy, I realized that I had yes, we do this. I had my first beer ever at a sporting event.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the price on that?
I'm sorry?
Did you enjoy paying the price for that?
I did not pay.
Oh.
Yeah, I purchased the tickets, and Caesar purchased the food, and Peter, not the big dog, but Peter, who's also been on this program from time to time, my classmate, he purchased the spirits. Dude, they were $15 each for a tall can.
I told you.
That was too much. I told Caesar a little bit after. I said, okay, you got the experience of consuming food at the game, however it is. If and when we do go again, we'll probably have the meal before the game.
Yeah. Remember back in 2017 when I told everybody here on the program, you and Big Dog were like, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, they jacked up the prices because nobody believed me, not even you guys. Even Dreem, I think he's in the chat room this morning. How you doing, Dreem? Good morning, Aisha. He was like, yeah, sure, that's just California. I'm like, no, this is probably going to impact the whole league. And what started happening? All these other stories started coming out that very same year in 2017 when they were like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Oh, we're going to add budgets to our food and our beverages. And people were like, why are we paying $25 for popcorn and hot dogs and the beer? I'm like, I told you. Baseball needs some money.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It is a lot.
Or at least you didn't have to pay for it. That was nice of him. So he had never been to a baseball game before?
My coworker, no, he had never been.
Wow.
So, and the home team won, which was very fun, or most fun, dare I say.
How was the I thought you were doing Facebook Live, but how was the atmosphere when they did the whole okay, stand up, we're gonna do the national anthem, please take off your hat. Remember we talked about this 2 weeks ago. And some people and even some players are like, nope, not gonna do it.
Business as usual. Didn't notice anything. They all stepped out. It was a non-event for us. As a matter of fact, when it was time, I had lost track because Anaheim has changed their start time. They used to begin for some. In Los Angeles, it used to be between 7 and 7:40 to start times for years. The PM, of course, and it depends on the Dodger game or whatever. But the Angels have moved up their start time to 6:38 p.m. So it kind of threw me a little bit. So I was watching the clock, and all of a sudden they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please remove your hats?" And oh yeah, I think I was wearing one. I was probably wearing my Deadly Hollows one from the Harry Potter series, and it was a non-event. It just came and went. So Orange County, it's generally a conservative place. Oh, I'm getting a FaceTime video from Dreem, so I'm gonna have to go on hold. Speedy, please continue.
All right, well, Scorekeeper takes care of that. He got a video call from FaceTime call actually from Dreem. Wonder how this is possible when he's in our chat room. A little suspicious, don't you think? That's hilarious. I don't know why that's hilarious to me, but it is. Well, everything is coming along on this glorious Saturday morning. It's 59 degrees here in California, at least in my part of California. I don't know about Scorekeeper down there in Southern California, but up here in Northern California, it's, 59 degrees and climbing. It's going to be a glorious day. I shouldn't be wearing black, but I'm going to change this later before I go in a few minutes. So I will not be wearing black because I don't know about you guys, but black just makes me hotter than, well, too hot. I would use the terminology about dates and stuff, but, for a different reason. So, yeah, I mean, hey. But what's really happening now in the world of sports, if we get back to it, some baseball fans, especially if you are a Dodgers fan, might have had a little too much fun at a ball game recently. And security doesn't like it. They are fed up with it. It is absolutely ridiculous what's going on here. Because last Saturday at the Mets Dodgers game at Dodger Stadium, security had to escort a woman from her front row seat after she repeatedly kept revealing her breasts, and dancing like she was in Vegas. She had a friend of hers, create a TikTok for this. She's dancing with no outfit on and gets approached by security. And one person even wrote, well, she was obviously drunk living out her dream as a Dodger cheerleader. But her dress wasn't that of a Dodger cheerleader. So the lady, another lady that was sitting next to her, she starts complaining about, the whole thing. She can stay there. She can do this. She has a right to do this. Then she starts becoming a Karen to the staff and to security, who asked her multiple times, okay, that's it. That's enough. You've got to go. So, yeah, I know, right?
That's Dreem back there. You see him? Hold on, he asked me for something. Oh, there he is.
Hey, what's up, Dreem?
What's up? What you have?
No, I was looking for this.
Oh, okay. I have to have everything in order at the very least because Dreem is a restaurateur. He's an owner of a well-established, ongoing concern. Wow, that was a little early. The headset's right there in front of you, pal. So Dreem will be ready, and he's already going to be joining us, and it'll be good. Hopefully, it don't get too much of an echo. Speedy, thank you for taking over, and
Yeah.
I look forward to this.
I was just telling everyone here in the chat room about the fact. Did you hear about this? Hey, Dreem, there you are.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
We can hear you, but it sounds like a robot mixed with the intercom coming through.
Let me try this.
We hear you clearly. Just bring the mic closer to you.
Is this better?
Yeah, we hear you clearly, pal.
I can't even hear my. Oh, okay. I can't hear you guys very well.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to hear yourself.
But I can hear me. I just can't hear you guys. That's the weird part.
Really?
You're unable to hear us?
Okay, there you go. Talk again, Speedy.
Okay. Good morning, Dreem.
Yay! Okay, good. We're good. It wouldn't be the same if I couldn't hear your wonderful voice this morning.
Yeah, but guys, I was just telling everyone about the woman at the Dodgers Mets game who thought she was at a Vegas strip club and started stripping in the front row.
Good for her. I'm sounding like the Daily. Hi, Aisha. How's it going?
And then one person, started complaining about it, and she's the one that called security on this other woman. And she started being a Karen to her, and then she told security and the other staff off. I can do this. I'm a cheerleader for the Dodgers. Like, and the woman's like, yeah, but she's not in cheerleader uniform. She doesn't even have clothes on.
Hey, not all heroes wear capes, man.
I understand that there was a nip slip several times, so people got offended because she was showing off how God made her, and the Karen went off and called. Apparently, she was really, really drunk and a little bit out of control, but I don't know if she was hurting anyone. It didn't seem like it, but she did show us some. So I've seen the video. She was well endowed. I would have just said thank you and moved on.
Yeah, one person said, well, she's obviously drunk. And then some of the guys in another section were like, they told the New York Post, hey, at least all the men here got a free show. We're not in Vegas, but it's a free show. Like,
Oh, man, this is horrible.
but they finally got her out and, had her escorted out, and she was out of the stadium.
So if there's like 5 or 6 guys that go shirtless and paint their chest up with the different sports colors, is she going to get the same fit?
No. Yeah, thank you, Aisha. I was just gonna mention that.
And equality. If you're gonna do one for one, be okay with the other.
I'm going to go ahead and try to control the echo. I think I'm catching it myself, so I do apologize. What I'm going to ask is I'm going to mute myself when I'm not speaking. I'm going to ask Dreem to mute himself too when he's not speaking. And we just have to watch that. So, how's that? I think the echo's gone, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so we're just going to have to be going back and forth on that. So I do apologize, folks. Thanks for letting us know. But I'm not sure if Dreem has seen it. Well, I'm not going to put the video on right now, but go ahead and continue with your thought there, Dreem.
Yes. Okay. So I was just saying, like, if you're gonna be equal, be equal. The intent was to create a scene, create a show for this girl that's stripping down. Just handle it like anybody else running on the field. Or doing her thing. Let just remove her, let the sports go on. If it's just a flash, it's a flash. Let her do her thing and then move on. It's not a huge deal. To be, at least.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before because we've had all these problems in the last 10 or 15 years or so where at first things were just little minor things where we got somebody running on the field, we're going to acknowledge that, let's talk about it, and then the announcers would talk about it. Did you see what that guy did? Yeah, I saw what he did. We should do something about that. But then the leagues were from all sports were like, how about we not focus on that, just focus on sports itself. Let's not, and then, 2012, the first streaker runs onto the NFL field. Of course, that's all the cameras were catching when watching this guy run across the field.
I know now. Oh, sorry, Speedy. I was going to tell you that I know now that whenever that happens, the camera cuts away now. If it's at a baseball game, I don't know if I remember Dreem and I have gone to a few baseball games, and I was commenting about his jacket, the beautiful, beautiful Angels jacket, which is now in my possession, and it's like it's hidden away before that individual that lives over there decides to take it. Actually, she kept the Jackie Robinson jacket. I do have the Angels jacket, so I was like, I guess she didn't like that one. But anyway, I am wearing the Yankee jersey. But I'm not sure if we had an event like that the times that we've gone, but I've been there when it happens. Camera always pulls away. And in the case of this lady, she was in her seat near the front. She had a lot to drink, and she started cheerleading, and she showed the colors.
Yeah, she did. Then we'd have all these other random things also happen where some guy claimed that he was part of the soccer team for the Europeans in 2018. He's like, I'm a member of the team. I have a right to be here. And when one guy went like this and was like, all right, buddy, we got to go. He goes, don't tell me what to do. You're just some guy, not realizing he's an off-duty officer. So, I don't know.
611.
Great team scorekeeper on multiple cameras.
He's teaching me how to use two different screens at the same time. Forgets I'm old. Not a computer guru, as some people who work with it every day.
Whoa! I didn't
Whoa.
buddy.
You got 5, 6 monitors over here. I'm sure you can control it all in one mouse click. So that's why you see me looking off to this side. I'm like, wait, where's the camera? What the hell's going on? I'm used to doing this from my phone, but at least I got coffee, which is amazing.
It is a little odd because the camera is to the right and the main screen is on his left monitor. So what we could do is we could move it over.
No, don't even worry about it. It's all good. It is all good. I am just enjoying this coffee. I'm ready for this. As far as people like jumping on the field, you know what? That's always a bad thing. You know, we want to just keep focused on the game. We want to make sure that everybody's getting the show that they paid for, so to speak, not the other ones. Whether it's a girl stripping down or guys getting rowdy and trying to start a fight or trying to cheat and jump on the field, say they're with the team, you know, there's no excuse for jumping on the field. Let the professionals play the sports. Let them do what they're getting paid for, and you know, let's keep the focus where it belongs. You know, there's kids that go to these games. We want to keep it a safe environment for them. Whether it's, again, like I said, whether it's fighting, drinking, you know, or any other number of things. But it gets very frustrating just as a spectator when it's like, okay, now we got to stop. We got to pick the trash up off the field because you know such and such happened. People threw trash on the field, or you know, remember we were talking about that baseball game where it was at the end of the game and the crowd was trying to start fights with the players and jumping up into the stands and stuff like that. It's just it's distracting. It's detrimental to the game. Let's just have fun, man. That's what it's about. Leave the commentary for the professionals like us, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
We are the professionals.
You know, it's funny.
Big Scorekeeper, your audio cut out.
Dreem is able to pick up my audio, so I think we're going to leave it that way.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I hear you.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. If Speedy can hear you, because I can hear you because you're in the same area. I don't know.
So anyway, it's working. Folks, all I can tell you is that I've seen it so many times, and I agree with Dream. Stay off the field. It's a waste of time. And in the case of this female that did what she did, were there kids present? Because if there were kids present in the Quaker nation that we have, and she revealed something, is she now going to be registered child molester?
That is a great point. Does she have to register as an offender?
Because she revealed a personal part of her body, which is illegal. If a man, I know this is extreme, but if he reveals his fifth member, in other words, if he's caught taking a leak off on the side of the road and a kid sees that, he's now a registered sex offender. I may be making a big deal of this. Maybe it's a waste of time, but is she now, if there were kids there, a registered sex offender?
Well, I mean, it was a televised show, right? Who knows if it aired nationally?
Oh my God, did you hear the monster? That was Speedy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to be... This is what I'm going to start doing. On Fridays, I'm going to start stocking up. That way I can have food here. So I can, you know, have a nice meal before the shows. That way I'm good for, you know, 4 or 5 hours here.
Well, I apologize. It just, I heard it. Dream's talking, and at first I looked over at him, and he didn't even flinch. And then I saw you with that little, like, guilty face. Dude, it's like a little Muppet is hitting your stomach making noise.
I know. But that's why I said I won't be here long, because I'll be taking off soon to go help the guys in my church make breakfast, and then I'll be able to eat.
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, before you go, do you have any specific news in the world of WWE, anything like that?
This kid.
Well, I have time. I have about 20 minutes or so before I have to actually leave.
You want to get your wrestling news?
Yes, of course, we can do that. As many are aware, AEW has been, knocking down the door, so to speak. And, well, what happened at the pay-per-view last Sunday, CM Punk has been injured. Now they have a new interim champion, but he's still the champion. That's what they've been acknowledging on TV. Which people are like, well, why would they do that? Why won't they just give the title to somebody else? Well, because the perception is that because the way WWE does it, well, everybody else does it too. No. That's really not what it needs to be. Which is better that way. That way, when CM Punk comes back from his injury, he can still walk out with the title to whoever the interim champion is at that time. So that's what happened at the pay-per-view last Sunday. Man, a lot of pay-per-views coming up. So, we'll see how that goes.
So CM Punk did this one thing where he actually got to meet like a Make-A-Wish kid, which I saw this on Facebook. He's like met a Make-A-Wish kid who was freaking so cool. But he actually took the time out of his day to do that, and the kid was like, you're my favorite wrestler and everything, and we got to do their little poses and pictures, and I just thought it was pretty cool because these wrestlers take the time to make this image of how tough and how horrible they are and everything else. But we have to remember, they're people too. They have good times and they have a heart. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Shout out to CM Punk for being a good guy.
Yeah, I hope to meet him one day too.
He is a new fan over here. I'm okay with him now. I'm old school, man. I was saying, I'm very old school. So like the wrestlers that I like are no longer even in the game, really. So just seeing like new stuff coming out, where it brings it back in is pretty exciting to me. It's like I get to see these actors do really, really great things. These athlete actors, because they are actors. We can't forget that they are actors. They have a persona. They're putting on a show, but they are athletes as well. So, so they have to walk that fine tightrope of all these people attacking them, saying it's not a real sport. Like, no, I'm not going to jump in the ring and try to pretend like you do this stuff because it's a show. No, you're going to get hurt. You have to be trained. You have to have the athletic capability to be able to do all this stuff. And there is definitely a degree of reality in there that hurts just as much as anything else. But yeah, I will say CM Punk is now on my list of I'm paying attention to him now.
Well, thank you for that, Dream. Dream, just to be clear, have you ever been to a wrestling show in person that had to sit on a metal chair? Because we know Scorekeeper is not a fan of metal chairs.
Here we go.
I have not sat on the metal chairs at a wrestling event.
4 hours.
But I grew up in a Catholic school, and I'll tell you, I've sat on my fair share of some metal chairs.
Yes, I've done so.
And put away an entire auditorium of those things after an assembly.
Yes, I've done that too. Okay. Actually, we both have done that together. Look, folks, all I said was when the event was ending and when Jungle Boy came back out on stage to pick a fight, I was like, oh, hell no. I'll take that guy on. We got to end this. Jungle Boy was 21 at the time. It would have been over in two seconds. Hit me hit the ground. That was it.
Man, if he would have looked at you hard enough, you would have fallen over.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've
Speedy, I apologize. All I said was, next time I will have a seat cushion. That's it. I was done. 4 hours. No.
Yeah, no,
I know the metal chairs hurt. I know, but that's what we got to do. But if you feel like you need to bring a pillow, go ahead.
He has one of those donuts.
What was that?
I said, you got one of those donuts. Like, sir, that's a travel neck pillow for an airway. No, he's not what I'm using it for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, those things are vicious, man. Those will inflict just as much harm. I'm not even talking about the guys getting hit in the head with them during the match. Just sitting down in those are gonna hurt you.
Yeah, well, they don't do the chair shot to the head anymore.
No, it's only to the back, right?
Yeah, they do either to the back or to the ribs or to the leg.
Man. Back when I grew up watching, you had to get your hands up just the right time to block just to cushion it. But I watched blood was hitting the mat all the time when I was watching wrestling.
Oh yeah.
I got to see that Undertaker cage match, Mankind jumping off the top. It's like, you've done this before. Yeah, no, he hasn't. Yeah, I can do this. It's not a big deal. Mr. Socko coming out to play.
Yeah, what's funny about that is, I've seen Mick Foley talk about that a few times, and it's like, so did you happen to walk across the Hell in a Cell before this match tonight?
Yep. He said, yeah.
And he told Vince and he told other officials, yeah, I went up there. And then in an interview, he's like, no, I didn't actually go up there before the show. I basically lied to them. I was terrified up there. So, yeah, you never know.
Right there. That's commitment to the sport.
Exactly.
That's why I was laughing so hard when I saw that. I was like, oh my Lord, he did not jump up there when he said he was. When he said he did.
Yeah, he's like, I walked up there.
Taker remains and will always be one of my favorites. So
yeah, definitely.
And he was always a professional. So
well, I put something in the chat room for Scorekeeper to share with you guys about the real life Randy Orton lookalike. This guy looks just like Randy Orton to a T. Much like Edge, much like Chris Jericho, Orton is one of the best at adopting as time goes along, no matter what year it is. But this new talent looks just like the 2004 version of Randy Orton himself. His name is David Boyston, and he recently made his in-ring debut. He performed at the June 7th taping for NXT's Level Up episode, which aired last night if you didn't see it. But his ring name is Miles Bourne, and he wrestled Gairu Raji.
What's his name again?
David Boyston.
Does he have like a special wrestling name that he's going with?
Yeah. His wrestling name is Miles Bourne. Like Jason Bourne.
Oh, lame.
And there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, right there in the chat room.
I see him.
I guess I don't see.
I don't see the lookalike. I mean, if he wants to go with Randy Orton 2.0, you know, or something like that, where he's
The
trying
jaw,
to copy it.
the ears.
He's too pretty
I
boy,
don't
man.
see it. No,
He looks like he
hey,
belongs in
whatever.
a frat. Like he looks
What?
like he's a frat boy. It's it. He doesn't look like a wrestler per se. You put him in a Ralph Lauren polo, or give him a set of glasses and hold a red Solo cup. That's about all you can get out of him. That's what it looks like to me. You know, I wouldn't want to wrestle this guy. But I'm just saying, like he looks too fresh. He's got that baby face.
Oh, like our dream right here.
I'm about to get 40, man. I don't know what baby face you're talking about.
Did you notice how he looked to the right? He was going to take a swing at me.
No, I'm trying to find the damn camera again.
Oh,
You got too much stuff going on over here, man.
I,
I don't know how you do this all the time. I really don't. Every week, messing with like.
dude, I'm debating getting a third monitor.
Oh my lord!
So I'm going to have it above the screens right here.
Just make sure you remember where you put the cameras.
Yeah, I do have to remember. Well, Speedy, I'm sorry, I'm an old guy. Now, if you were able to see females, I could, right there, buddy, I could probably see it, but I really don't see it. I see him as a younger kid. I do notice that by the nose, the creases, that looks like it, but sorry.
Right, yeah.
I'm not seeing the look-alike just because they're both wearing a black T-shirt.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I see it now. It's the black T-shirt.
the black T-shirt. Yeah.
Sensitive me. I saw through the black. You know, I've been sensitive.
Yeah, Orton's got way more of a square jaw.
Yeah,
He's got a wider head. Like it's nah. Orton looks like he could play like some football if he wanted to. This guy on the left, he definitely looks like a baseball player. I'm not saying major league. I'm just saying. I'm saying he could play in college.
All right. Well, yeah, there it is. But it's okay, Speedy. So he's the new lookalike. He's going to be acting for him in regular routines, or what? What's the deal?
No, he just started out. He, like I said, his very first match was on the NXT.
I think they're just trying to get some traction, some some advertising, marketing stuff going on. Because Randy Orton had a lot of fans, so they're going to try to capitalize on that and say, "Oh, look, this is the next Randy Orton. He looks just like him. If you liked him, you'll like this new guy. Come watch. Buy his merchandise too." They're probably going to give him some of the same similar storylines that Orton went through.
Probably.
We'll see if he's a heel.
I can't say confidently that this kid, the new one, obviously he's younger. As Dreem said, he has a baby face and everything. Good-looking young kid. Hey, I can say it. I'm confident with myself. Oh, actually, there was a joke that happened at work, and I will gladly tell it, where someone questioned as to why I am a gun owner, because supposedly I'm on the far left liberal. And they said, "Why did you tell us you had a gun?" And I turned to them and I said, "Because I'm confident in my size." They all got mad. I thought it was funny. But
Good morning, Tony. Tony, join us.
Good morning. And Tony, here it is, pal. You want to go ahead and join us? Let me get the invite. And actually, folks, sports. Anyone that wants to go ahead and join us, there it is. There's the link. And Tony, I'll see if I can send it to you direct. So you're more than welcome.
Good morning, Rod. Rod is here.
Good morning. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Little clicking things going on. He's working.
Oh,
Wah, wah.
Yeah, Tony said he can only listen.
I think he wanted to join us on Monday night, and stupid me didn't take the hint.
Well, I think she's also listening because she's doing yard work.
Oh man.
So they're both working, but at least they're listening to us. So
Well, we appreciate you listening. Hopefully, the screeching of my voice is not deteriorating from you. Hey, these guys are not a sponsor, but what kind of monster are you drinking, Speedy?
I don't drink Monster.
What are you drinking?
Zero.
Oh, it's Coke Zero. I thought it was like a watermelon monster. I was like, what the heck? I've never seen you drink
It's
that.
Coke Zero. Zero.
I love
Sports
those
Hustling
things,
guy,
man.
zero.
I love Coke Zero. Also not a sponsor. Uh, they could be though. The invitation is open. If they want to sponsor us, we will gladly take it.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Which he went to both games, and I think he had a blast at. My next day off is July 8th. I used my 4 June days off for my Philly trip. Got it. All right, well, July 8th. Okay.
Oh, right before my birthday. Heard.
Yeah.
Whereas, all right. So in the kitchen speak, when somebody is walking behind you or something, they'll say behind, or if they're carrying a knife, they'll say sharp or whatever. Traditional response is heard.
yep.
I heard, like I heard you, right?
Hmm.
So from now on, I'm just going to say Amber. We'll be all good.
Yeah, I know a little bit about that.
Amber Heard. Amber Heard.
If I have to go to the bathroom, I'm not going to say I got to go pee or poo or go number 1 or number 2. I'm just going to say it's R. Kelly or Amber Heard, you know?
Wow. All right. There it is. Okay, Tony. Gotcha. We will. As soon as we see you, we'll send you the link, or we can send it to you in advance. But yes. Folks, I want to give a quick shout out to Rosalind. As you know, she is one of our stars here on Sports Talk with the Guys at the NDB Media Network. Let me put there it is. You're unable to see it because of my screen, but on Saturday, June 18th, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., AIM Innovation, hosting the voices of 5 women visual artists. So this is a big event, and she's involved in it, which is really, really cool.
That is pretty awesome.
And maybe she can put a blurb in the chat room regarding it.
Yeah, please do. That's pretty awesome.
She refers to it as her first vending event in 5 years. If you're in the area, stop by. So hopefully Roz will be able to put that in the chat room.
I have to put this.
Shout out on that.
I have to put this comment up because it's very awesome. So yes, it's not a sweatshirt, but it is a T-shirt, and I am wearing this. I actually got for my birthday, so I'm thank you to my sister-in-law who got me this wonderful present.
And we want to give a shout out to your sister-in-law, who is maintaining the business,
yes.
right?
Yeah, she is running the show while I'm gone. I got my guys in the kitchen doing their thing, and she's back in Louisiana and running the business and giving my wife and I some much needed time off. Spend some time with the kids, and obviously, I got a chance to see some of my friends and jump on the show, which is awesome. I haven't been able to be on as much as I'd like to, but as you know, sometimes at work it gets really crazy, and we just got to keep rolling. But I am on vacation, and I wanted to make sure that I got at least one day to see you guys.
And we will be visiting Tommy's after the program ends.
Darn Skippy. I need my chili fix. Well, I need my grease burger with the side of chili. That's what it is. I need my it's one of those guilty pleasures, so to speak. You don't get I don't get that out in Louisiana. So it is definitely a California thing. I already hit up, some of my favorites. I did hit up Porto's. We did get ramen. We got a bunch of Mexican food. Um, Again, all not sponsors. I wish they were, but it'd be all good. Oh, we gotta push this up. Yep.
While we're doing that,
On.
I do want to give everyone related to ndvmedia.net a shout out. As you see, it is scrolling across the screen. The website is being updated daily. And this is the main screen on NDV Media. You'll notice you can access our audio shows, our video shows. We're still working on links. Our contact works. But you can click on each program. The most recent episode is on. And it's really cool, folks. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Michael Day, because he's been working fearlessly and fortuitously on this website. So I want to give a shout out on that one. And what does she say, Dreem?
Sorry, Dream T-shirt. I think Scorekeeper can now dress as Darth Vader with that voice of his right now. But you know what? I will mention this. I don't know who knows it or not, but the actor who portrayed Darth Vader is not the same as the voice.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I know you knew it.
David Prowse.
And the funny thing is, my favorite story is that he didn't know that he wasn't going to be the voice of Vader while they were filming, so he was doing all the lines, and then completely cut out all of his lines, and he was very upset. He's like, "Nope, you're just the body. That's it." We got another lesser-known actor to jump in and be the voice.
And a tiny bit of Star Wars trivia. And it's on record.
Face the camera.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Face the
I'm
camera.
having a conversation with Dreem. Okay. It's on record that David Prowse guessed correctly that Darth Vader was Luke's father, because before they filmed the scenes, which only like 4 people knew about, Gary Kurtz, George Lucas, Luke Skywalker, and the director, I forget his name now, the one who passed away a few years ago. Only 4 people knew. But David Prowse, who did not know, guessed, and he was interviewed, and it made, commentary. What George Lucas thought he had been betrayed, and David Prowse became persona non grata in the Star Wars world. Whenever they would have a celebration, an event, or whatever, he was never involved.
No.
The actor David Prowse.
It's essentially like Tom Holland with all the Marvel movies. He's leaking all the stuff, and they had to pair him with Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where you just constantly nope, you're not allowed to say that. All right, moving on. But I mean, if you back in the day when it first came out, Darth Vader is German for father. Darth father. You can kind of put 2 and 2 together, but looking back, hindsight is always 20/20. So, but when you're in the theater just enjoying the shows, I'm sure it was a different experience back then.
Yes.
I was
alive back then, and I was horrified with Darth Vader. But my friend Art and I, we joked about, had Dad asked us, come and rule the galaxy with me,
Yeah.
father and son. I'm like, do I get my own ship?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do I have command here? What is this direct line of reporting? I need to know. These are important things. Well, just imagine this, it's like if Luke hadn't have gotten the stolen droids from the Jawas, he most likely would have, joined the Republic, and probably would have taken his dad's job off. So support small businesses like Grace and Henry.
Yeah, it's very interesting that they've used that terminology in a lot of movies, especially in Toy Story 2. He's like, he kills him off, and he goes, "Wait, I am your father." And of course, Bugs is like, "Oh my God, no! I killed my father, father." Like, okay, all right, enough with the Star Wars references.
Oh, you're not a Star Wars fan? It's all right. Nobody's perfect.
Wait a minute, who said that?
No, Speedy's. I know for the Star Wars references.
Well, what? Oh, I get it. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
She hears the Bristol type accents quite regularly. We found there are many around there, and I can't help but laugh when I see the film and remember that accent. Yeah, it was rough.
Well, it would be a
It's all
lot harder with like Spanish Cholo accents, you know. Arturo Dito.
Are you sure about that? Because you know it doesn't take long. Last Saturday after the show went off the air, a few hours later, I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and she's like, "So and so is sick, and he wants to pick me up from the airport. Can you pick me up at SFO?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that. What time is your flight?" And she's like, "Well, it's not coming in until 8:45, 9 o'clock." I'm like, "Well, good, I can do that," because I wasn't sure if I could pick her up or not. Because last Saturday, as I told you guys, remember I said, even if I wanted to, I can't go anywhere because all the streets here in San Angelo were closed because they brought back the Cherry Festival after 2 years. So,
Cherry Festival?
yes, they have their yearly festival. Yes, you both have the same reaction. I know you guys didn't see each other on camera, but you can watch the stream later and go, "Oh my God, we had the same reaction at the same time." Yeah, you did.
No, unfortunately, Dreem and I finished each other's sentences already.
Yeah.
We got a strawberry festival at Ponchatoula, but tell me more about this cherry festival.
Well, they have a lot of vendors, and they have, you know, a couple of bands that do street performances. And there's, you know, different types of vendors. A friend of mine that goes to a lot of wrestling shows with me, she posted pictures of her checking out a purse and a wallet and a watch, and she's like, "I think I might buy this watch." And I was like, "Okay, well, enjoy that. Good luck with that." Because everything is centrally located, which is 2 minutes away, because I'm so close to downtown. So that's why I was like, well, because if my friend would have said, "Well, can you pick me and my kids up at the airport at 12, 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, or even 5 o'clock, I would have been like, "No, I'm sorry, the Cherry Festival is going on," and they brought it back. Because the Cherry Festival didn't end until 6 o'clock. But when she said 8:45, 9 o'clock, I was like, well, they'll be closed everything down by then. And, you know, sure enough, you know, I left here at like 8:15. Since I knew it wouldn't take long to get to SFO anyways. And they were still barely, you know, unclosing, you know, the streets they got blocked off. So, you know, everyone's taking all down their equipment and loading things up. So, yeah, that's basically what a cherry festival is. Of course, they have cherries and other fruits there too. So, I can think Scorekeeper now going, "Ooh, an orange. I'll buy that. An apple. And cherries. I'll take cherries."
Does this look like I buy apples?
Looks like you swallowed a watermelon seed and it grew inside your tummy like they lied to us when we were kids.
Well, they have those too. So,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Earlier, Dreem had mentioned the word highly upset. Yeah. You'd be highly upset too, ladies and gentlemen, if your name was Michael Jacob Friedman and you were removed from last night's AEW Rampage poster show. Michael Jacob Friedman, better known as MJF. All I'm going to say is 2 weeks ago on Dynamite on Wednesday night, he went off on a tandem pipe bomb. And they weren't too thrilled about that. They didn't even promote anything about MJF. They haven't, other than the fact that he ranked number 4, number 5 for this year. But other than that, they haven't mentioned him. So if you all you just have to do is go to YouTube and look up a few weeks ago with his pipe bomb, and he actually cuts out Tony Khan. So again, it's not like WWE and this and that happened, and we're letting the whole world know what's going on here. No, with this company, they're just not saying anything about it. So if you could look that up, I'm sure you'll be surprised and be like, this is different from the other pipe bomb promos that have taken place in a very long time, and the fact that it could be legitimately real. Because like I said, they pulled them off the poster. They put somebody else's picture up there for last night's Rampage show. So we'll see where this is going. And I'll save the wrestling stuff, more of that for next week.
So you got your friend from the airport and everything was all good.
What's that?
I said you got your friend from the airport and everything was all good.
Yeah, I got my friend from the airport. Got back here about 9:45, 10 o'clock.
Sure.
So yeah, it was a nice drive. Nice and quiet. Of course, I knew what section of the airport to pick them up at, but I also had flashing lights and sirens behind me because airport security, San Francisco security cop for trying to get through for something. So, but at the same time, cars are coming out, leaving the airport as I'm trying to get in. So I just pulled over real quick and actually blocked off another car. That way, the car wouldn't move. But I'm like, well, look behind me. They're trying to get through. They got something going on. I don't know what they're doing. Running around with their sirens around the airport. And I told my friend and her kids, all right, how do I get the heck out of here? So, what about the whole...
I'm going to have to step away for just 1 second. Excuse me.
Speedy, take over.
All right. I will do that because I'm... Where did he go?
Sorry about that, folks. Dream had to step out and make a quick phone call. Speedy, what else did you want to get to? I know we're short on time with you today.
Yes, where did it go? I just had it. I just had it.
That's okay. I'm sure you'll get it right now. I'm hoping for you to get it. Folks, tomorrow, while he finds that, NASCAR tomorrow, Sonoma, check it out. One of Scorekeeper's favorite races. I will be catching the race tomorrow. I'll be watching it. It's exciting. It's fun. It's not your usual left turn, left turn, left turn, left turn road race. Go ahead, Speedy. Did you find it?
Yes, I did. I can't pull up the full story. Maybe you can. But did you get about this?
Yeah, I can pull it up. Go on.
Major League Baseball fans have ripped umpire Bill Miller for an absolutely horrible call. They say this is the worst call, and that apparently he needs to be removed as an umpire from baseball. I'm like, okay. Why? And I kept trying to look for it and find the reason. And the story's not even coming up again. Yesterday, I even used Yahoo to pull up the story. But I don't know. Maybe they...
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think this... Yeah. It's bad. Check it out, folks. We're going to go to it right now. This is what they're talking about. Okay. Here's the pitch. Check it out. You even have the box in there. Here's the pitch. Strike! Dude, it almost touched the ground, for goodness sake. Look at this.
That was low. Come on.
That was low. That was inside. That was, dude, he was hungry and wanted to go home. I mean, there it is again. Dude, come on. And they're the people calling the game are, how is that a strike? Here it is again. It's below the knee. It's inside. It's, yeah. Look, I know they're human, but wow. Look, how? Okay, it was a bad call. Fine, so be it. Look, umpires are known. Well, I can't say they're known, but if it's a bad call, you make up for it, but you can never admit it. Because the moment that you admit it that it was a bad call, you'll be questioned for all eternity. You'll lose any ability to make a decision because they'll question it forever. You change a call, it's done. So it's a bad call, but he didn't strike out. Move on. It's one pitch. It sucks. I'd be mad. And you just move on, folks. It's one pitch. It didn't end anyone's season. Move on. So that's my opinion, Speedy. Sorry. But it's a bad call, man. I mean, it's...
Right, are you sure? Right? Gee.
Yeah, it's like, it's a bad call. Move on. As I've said over and over, it's one call. It didn't affect the game. It was a bad call. Yeah, come on. Take a drink. Move on. I drank Thursday. Come on. It's a bad call. And I think it was a bad call buying the Modelo. $15. Jesus, Mary. It was a tall can. It was tall. Should have taken a picture of it. And as I say, I've been in many sporting events. I don't ever recall purchasing liquor or having liquor. No. I was trying to remember. I've never had alcohol at a sporting event. Never. That was my first time. Sorry, Caesar. We're a bunch of drunkards now. The funny thing is we only had one. I got to give it to Caesar. He drank it in about 4 innings. It took me 8 innings to drink it. And I don't think Peter finished it, which was really funny. Not the big dog. There's another Peter in my life. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
goodness, folks.
That's funny because you sound like me and Anthony. Can whenever me and Anthony, either talk on the phone or if we talk on PlayStation, he's like, okay, well, I got to get off here and talk to somebody else. I'm like, who? He's like, another real best friend. I'm like, oh, okay, somebody else. He's like,
another real best friend.
That's what he told me one time. I was like, but we've been together since 8th grade. How long has this other guy been in your life? He's like, well, only like 2 years. I'm like, 2 years. I'm like, all right, well. He's like, he's my good friend on PlayStation. I'm like, well, I'm on PlayStation too.
The question, how is the big dog? Well, for those of you that were watching on Monday night, Big Dog did join us for the program. And his birthday was this past Thursday. So congratulations to the Big Dog. And, I think everyone's had their birthday now in Sports Talk with the Guys. I know that we celebrate it. Yes. I said that very carefully. Thank you, Tony. I paused when I said it. I was like, yes, I have another Peter in my life. Yes. It's way too much of a joke. And that's why I paused when I said, I know, Tony. I am abhorrent. Or my actions are abhorrent. I'm not abhorrent. That's Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't bite my lip when I say, yeah, there's another Peter in my life. Oh my goodness. So I probably send the wrong signals when I'm talking to people. Oh, I love the Yankees. I probably shouldn't even do that. Or other stuff. I think I've lost contact with you when I said, oh, Star Trek. Oh. Anyway. Okay, that's bad. I should stop. Sorry. Even Speedy's like, yeah, dude, let it go.
Right. Yeah. And one last thing before I go. You know, you and Dream talked about how you can't really pick up accents. Actually, yeah, you can. Because when I picked up my friend from the airport, her and her kids were talking like they were actually from Texas. I'm like, oh, gee, if you're going to do that in my vehicle, I might as well drop you off right here on the side of the road. Her kids were like, no, we need to go home. And it's funny because my brother had only been in Scotland. I remember when he had first went to Scotland in 2014, and I went to San Jose and to say goodbye to him at the airport, and somebody else gave him a full brand new bottle of water, and then he got stopped by security, and they're like, no, you can't bring that with you. He goes, what? It's Scorekeeper. He looked at security and he goes, are you kidding me? It's just a water bottle. And I was like, give me the water bottle. I'll drink it. He's like, you only drink Coke. I said, yeah, but it's a very brand new bottle of water, very cold bottle of water. But after 9/11, they don't let things like that go anymore. Give it to me. He goes, all right. And then 6 months later, we had a video chat with, all of our siblings. Some of them made it. Only 2 of them weren't actually there. And he starts talking. As he's talking, while we're doing video chat from his living room, I'm like, time out. What was that? He goes, what was what? I go, oh my God. I'm like, is anybody else hearing this? And my sisters were like, what? I don't hear anything. I'm like, he picked up the accent. He's in Scotland, but he hasn't been there that long, but now he sounds like one of them. He's the only Mexican in Scotland, so if you ever go to Scotland, I mentioned this before, if you ever go to Scotland and you see one Mexican there, that's my little brother.
Aye, lad. So you'd have the only Mexican over there? Wow. My gosh,
Yeah.
Dakota. I know Aisha's like, stop. That's not Scottish.
And then after, everybody's like, will we talk again? And he starts talking, and then my sisters are like, oh my God, he did. I'm like, yeah, see, he sounds like one of them. He's like, well, maybe I'm supposed to be born in Scotland. I'm like, no, you're an American. Knock it off. So, yeah.
That's cool, dude. Maybe he should contact us while he's over there and do a live from Scotland. That'd be kind of neat.
Well, I can try, but, he's not really into sports. But we'll see. So, yeah, that would be cool if he comes on here. Of course, might throw you guys off. I can see it now. You and Almighty would be like, what did he just say? Then I would, of course, basically play translator because you guys wouldn't understand a word he said. Like, well, he said this, and that, but it's from his accent. So.
Aisha, I apologize. I assumed that you lived in the imperial homeland of in the imperial homeland. I figured you were part of the empire. I mean, you are, but I had no idea that you were Scottish. I believed that you were an Englander. So, wow, you're Scottish. Didn't know that. So I, once again, apologize for my abhorrent use of the mother tongue. I'm so sorry. I used to have a Scottish accent. I worked on it for a year. I think I've mentioned this for my senior play. We hadn't determined what we were going to do yet. So it was my task as a possible voiceover that I would have to learn several accents. And I did. I had several down. I had a Southern accent. I had a Scottish accent. The one that I've lost, thank goodness, is the Indian accent. That was the most insensitive one of them all for me. And I think I learned a Russian accent, whatever. And of course, I just bastardized the Spanish accent. And for those of you that have seen Joseph in his Technicolor Dreamcoat, I was the butler. No accent whatsoever. I wasted 6 months to a year practicing the different accents, and I was removed from my role as narrator because actually I was removed from everything because we switched early on. They wanted to do the musical Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. So I was in this. It was a musical. I'm unable to sing. So I was the butler. I still remember the lines. Oh my god, I was gonna say them right now, but no, I'm not. I do remember my lines. Yeah. I'll lose the entire audience. What does she say? I'm a. Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be a pejorative, so I'm not about to repeat that one right now. I've got to look that one up. But as I'm a colonial, I have a coworker. His name is David, who is from England, and I enjoy having conversations with him. But whenever I'm like, yeah, just leave the colonials alone. And yeah, June 6th was D-Day. Yes, the 70th anniversary, big deal. The day the liberation of Europe began from the west side, because it was already going on the east. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so Speedy, what else do you have for us? I know you're short on time.
That is it for me. I will see you guys next week.
Speedy, I want to thank you for joining us, and thank you for spending your time. Hopefully we'll see you soon enough, and next week, Sonoma, this Sunday.
Yeah, baseball doubleheader tonight, as well as USFL football tonight too.
All right.
You have a bunch of monitors. I've only got. Well, maybe I can. Yeah, maybe I can watch football here on my computer, and use my TV behind me for baseball. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you can't see it. You can probably see the glare. Yeah, there's the glare. I have a monitor here, and then I have these two, and then I actually have the TV monitor. And if you notice right there, there's another TV. We usually have the kids, when they come over to visit, they watch that TV. And it's kind of cool. You know, during tax season, that's the monitor they use. Every now and then I've had it on the background just to have it on, but I can't get the Roku to work right now, so I have to get a new one. But anyway, Dreem. Oh, Speedy.
Wow, I've been summoned to have my name changed to Dreem.
Hey, sorry.
It's all good.
Now, did you hear? Now she wants in because they said, "I sorry."
Yeah, I heard. All right.
Nosy wench. Thanks, Speedy. We'll see you.
All right. Bye.
All right. Hasta. So, thank you, Speedy, for joining us. Folks, this is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Dreem should be returning shortly. Actually, you'll probably see him walk in right behind me. So, we are going to get to some of our regular stories that we have. As I mentioned, from the land down under in National Rugby League, in the Telstra Premiership, they're now in round 14. Cowboys on June 10th took it to the Dragons 31-12. The Titans lost to the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs were at home 16-30. The Storm at home beat up on the Roosters 26-18. And earlier today, of course, the Broncos beat the Raiders. Of course, this is National Rugby League. And later on tonight, Pacific time at 9 p.m., midnight Eastern, The West's Tigers visit the Sea Eagles. At 11:05 p.m. Pacific time, Knights visit the Panthers. And again, Pacific time tomorrow at 1:15 a.m., the Warriors visit the Sharks. So just a quick view. Oh, and at 11 p.m. tomorrow, the Bulldogs visit the Eels. So that's where we are in National Rugby League. Very quickly in the LPGA at the Stockton Seaview Hotel and Golf Club in Bay Course in Galloway, New Jersey. In Jersey! I know, Gino, sorry. Jersey! June 9th through the 12th. The ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer. I looked up to the TV right now to see if there was anything. Sorry. Something caught my attention. Lauren Coughlin and Stephanie Kyrioku are tied for first at -6. How is that possible? Well, it's because they're both -6, but Lauren is 69 strokes and Stephanie is at 65. But whatever. Tied for third, you have Rachel Rahana at -568, Pernilla Lindbergh, Jody Edward Shadoff, and we just got a change. Just updated right now. Stephanie is still tied for first, but Jody Ewart Shadoff has moved up to -6 and 68 strokes. So it's going on right now as we speak. And tied for fourth now, Pernilla Lindbergh, Rachel Rohana, Albane Valenzuela, Frida Kinholt. They're at -5, but they're 68, 70, and 66 strokes depending on where they are. So that's the LPGA. In the PGA, and we'll get into a little bit of the commentary as to what's going on with that. We have right now RBC Canadian Open at St. George's Golf and Country Club in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is from June 9th to the 12th. Tied for, or in first, Wyndham Clark. What a wonderful name. I wonder if his parents. You know, there's a chain of hotels, the Wyndham Hotels, which I like staying at. The Wyndham brand, not what they own. Because when I stayed at Arizona, I stayed at a something owned by Wyndham. Oh, it was a flea trap. It was, the people above me were up all night. Just, it was abhorrent. It was horrible. But anyway, Wyndham Clark, -7, 133. Tight. Oh, and I'm going to Arizona again next weekend. So the program will finish at about 9 o'clock. I will be out the door. I'm going to pick up my brother, Lewis, and we'll probably do some FaceTimes as we go along. I thought it was. I recognized it. Thank you, Aisha. So I said, that might be pejorative. Yeah. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you for, I had an idea. Folks, Top Gun, for those of you that saw it the first time, I think you're going to enjoy it. I don't want to build it up to be anymore, but I will see it one more time. Alex Smalley, Keith Mitchell, Rory McIlroy, Matt Fitzpatrick, Jim Nouse are all tied for second at 134. Tied all alone in seventh is Austin Cook at -5, 135. And quite a few tied for eighth. Nick Hardy, Matt Wallace, Sam Burns, Scott Scheffler, Patrick Rogers, Lee Hodges, Charlie Hoffman, Shane Lowry, and Doug Gim are all tied for eighth at -4 and 136. And then you have a bunch of others tied for 17th in the PGA Tour. So that was a quick look around. Finally, at AVP, the Pro Tour, this weekend, the Muskogee Open. It's from June 11th through the 12th. It is in I said Muskogee. It's the Muskegon Open in Michigan, June 11th to the 12th. I do apologize. That was bad. There are 61 teams in the Men's Open, and there are 41 teams in the Women's Open. So, in the men's main draw, there are 24 teams, and then for the men's qualifier, there are 37 teams. So, in the women's, there are 24 teams in the main draw. Yeah. and there's 17 teams with qualifiers. So just very quickly, yes, there is contention that this is a derivative work. And I believe in 2020, Paramount allegedly, as the story goes, lost or did not renew the copyright. So it reverted to the owners. And the contention is this is a derivative. It's not its own storyline, nothing. It's Top Gun, it's Maverick, it's Iceman. That's not new. It's part of the story. So I don't pretend to know all the details, but they are being sued. Paramount is denying everything, and based on what I've read, there's clearly claim, but Paramount has not. Well, they say that everything in the suit is false. It's incorrect. They said false. So those, I don't know. But if look, it's very simple. All Paramount had to say is, we still have the copyright, and if they have the copyright, there's nothing. Paramount did not say that, so I am unable to comment further. Oh my God, I actually have to put that disclaimer. I probably even should not have said what I. Oof. Anyway, oops. I'm not involved, even tangentially, in this legal action. It's just I probably should not have commented on Paramount's point of view. Not that it's incorrect in any way whatsoever. It's just, damn. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's just I am unable to. I am unable to. I can comment on the story, but I'm unable to comment on Paramount's comments. We'll leave it at that, folks. There may be something that we may talk about in the future, but for now, I can't. I do not speak for them. I am not their agent. I. Oh damn! I may have gotten in trouble. Wow. All right, stupid scorekeeper. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick look at baseball. This is funny, man. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. I think I blew it. Oh my goodness. Oh, there went that. Jeez. We're gonna take a quick look at Major League Baseball. As I said, I did go on Thursday, and I really had a blast. I mean, damn, Tony went to a baseball game, and I had to go. So, Aisha, Houston, we have a problem. You're leaving us a bit early, Aisha. I hope everything is well. Thank you for spending the morning with us. And every time you spend the time with us, Aisha, it does mean a great deal. We appreciate your comments, as always. And I hope Mom is all good. For her to call you, if she calls you all the time, she calls you this early. Take care, Mom. Thanks. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks, Aisha. Appreciate your comments on the Facebook page as well. You have a cunning, biting commentary. So we're going to take a look at the scores for yesterday in Major League Baseball, and then we're going to do the standings. So in finals, and Tony likes this one. Phillies 7-5 over the Diamondbacks. Yankees edged the Cubs in 13 innings. I think they set a record. They won 2-1, and the Cubs versus the Yankees are 0-10 now. Permanent. It's like they've never playoffs, whatever. Cubs are 0-10 versus the Yankees lifetime. Nationals 11-5 over the Brewers. The Guardians 3-2 over the Athletics. The Blue Jays 10-1 over the Tigres. The Braves 4-2 over the Pirates. America's AAA team 8-1 over the Orioles. Now, why isn't the Yankees can't beat the Orioles? But hey, the Yankees are beating everyone else up, so it doesn't matter. The Gemelitos 9-4 over the. Oh my goodness, over the Rays. I so apologize. The Black Sox 8-3 over the Rangers. Miami edged the A-holes, and I'm going to mute. Don't mute, Dreem. Thank you.
Yo.
The Miami 7-4 over the A-holes. Cardinals 2-0 over the Commies. The Mets 7-3 over the Angels. Bummer. So they're losing again. So the Angels are now 1-15 in their last 16 games. Wow, that's a bummer. Padres 9-0 over the Rockies, and the Red Sox edged the Seahawks 4-3, and the hated ones 7-2 over Los Dawgers. And very quickly in the standings as of this morning in Major League Baseball. I'm only doing that because I'm stalling. There it is. Yankees 42-16, 724 winning percentage. They are the best team in baseball.
We knew that though.
Yes. Blue Jays are 7.5 behind. Tampa Bay 8, Boston 11.5, and Baltimore 18.5. In the American League Central, the Gemelitos are 34-26, followed by the Indians 3 back, the Black Sox 5 back, Tigres 9.5 back, and America's AAA team at 12.5 back. In the American League West, the A-Holes are 36-22, followed by the Angels 9 back, the Rangers 9.5, the Seahawks 10 back, and the Atléticos 17 back. I think they're going to be eliminated in about 2 hours. In the National League East, the Mets are 39-21. It is a rarity when both teams, National and American, in the same city, are the best ones in their respective leagues. Forget divisions, leagues. The Mets are 39-21, 650 winning percentage. Way to go, Tanya. Way to go, Roz. Way to go, Cliff. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's
You know what
just
the second place is, though, right?
I'm sorry?
You said you know what second place is, though, right?
Mentioned as who lost.
First place in a long line of losers.
Oh, very good. Atlanta's 6.5 back. Philadelphia is 9 back. Miami is 11. And Washington is about to be eliminated at 17 back. I'm exaggerating.
10,000 games back.
I'm sorry, Dream?
That's a 10,000 games back.
In the Central, the Cardinals are 33-26, 559 winning percentage. The Buccos are half a game back. The Pirates 7.5. The Cubs 9, and the Commies are 12.5 back. In the National League West, tightening up a little bit. Los Dodgers are 37-21. They are the third best team, I believe. Yeah, in all of baseball. And they are followed by San Diego at 1 game back. Way to go, San Diego. Folks, I've said it. I believe the Dodgers are the stronger team. But if you have a team nipping at your heels, you get better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true. You don't get lazy. You realize how important it is. You don't. It's like the Warriors in the freaking NBA. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing. It's like, oh, we don't want to lose this week. You know, we're not ready for this. You know, and that's a whole nother sport. But no matter where you are, when you have competition, it pushes you to be better. You know, it's just an athlete thing. You know, if you get that swagger, like, oh, no one can touch us, no one can do nothing, you forget the heart that it took to put you in that place. Because it takes heart, it takes grit, it takes dirt. You know, when you got an injury, you know, you rub some dirt on it, you keep playing. You know, and when you're up in the top, you get these that yeah, no one can touch us. We're top. We're the best. You know, and when push comes to shove, and you get that good competition in there from somebody who's been struggling and fighting and working hard, you know, a lot of times that's where the game goes. You know, it goes to that person that's willing to dive on the floor and make that extra catch and make that extra, you know, that ball's not going to get past me kind of play, whether you're sacrificing your body or you're sacrificing your, you know, you're making that diving leap to catch that ball where, you know, instead of just jogging for it because you know it's going to hit the ground, you know, you have to keep playing. And that's why we love this sport. You know, you get to see all these amazing plays that get televised because it was something that shouldn't have been able to be done. That's why these guys make the big bucks, because they're willing to throw everything on the line for it. You know, and whether it's I made the joke, it's second place is just first place in a long line of losers, but you got to pay attention to who's right behind you, who's ready to go, because they're fighting for it. They want number one just as much as you do. So, like Kobe Bryant would say, it's like it's not over yet. He said that multiple times. When he's being interviewed, you're 3 games up in the final. Why aren't you happy? It ain't over yet. You haven't won yet. It's not ready yet, and it takes a very strong mentality to keep that in play. The Yankees are number one right now. It ain't October, but we're looking forward to a great season. We're looking forward to legends being made, and that's why we watch. We live vicariously through them in these moments. That define them as a player. We want to see ourselves being able to make those kinds of decisions. In our lives. Not to get deep and sentimental and all this stuff, but it's like that's yeah. It's like you ask a kid, why do you watch these games? What is it about these guys that inspire you? Why do you watch this in general? And the kids gonna tell you, it's like, yeah, it's not the celebrity. They're not watching it because these players are hooking up with models. They're not. It's not the fancy cars. It's not any of that. That's getting this kid to watch the game. It's realizing that you can live your dream. If you have enough heart, you're going to be able to do what you want to do in life. If you're willing to sacrifice for it, if you're willing to make that diving catch, if you're willing to dive on the court for the ball, if you're willing to dive on the field for the ball, and let somebody, you know, not let somebody, just walk all over you. You have to be strong and you have to keep going. It's a mental and testicular fortitude that keeps you going. So, I mean, that's why we love the games. It's like that's why kids watch these games, because they see that it's possible, to live your dream when you're watching these things. And part of the reason the adults watch it, even though, yeah, the fancy cars and models and everything else, you know, it's we get a chance to be kids again. We get a chance to see these guys perform and play their heart out, and know that it's pushing us harder. We can do better. We can, play with heart, and, you know, as scorekeepers told me many times, punch that proverbial clock every morning, and just keep going. And, the game's not over yet. Whether it's, a 9 to 5 job, or whether you're selling things on the internet, or a stock portfolio professional, or whatever it is that your calling is, whatever you find joy in that you're able to do every day, you know, you get to see these players, these athletes doing it, and you realize, you know what, I can do it too. If I put my heart and soul into what I'm doing, I'll be successful. Second place is a hard place to be in, because you want that number one spot. You want to be, who's talked about. You want to be that legend status. If you go back 20 years, or however many years, the name Michael Phelps. Who was second place? Who was third place? You don't remember those names as often. Scorekeeper has a better memory than most. So it'd be like, well, in 1976, we had the track and field event, but it's one of those things where you want to be remembered. You want people to remember your name. You want to be known as the best in whatever field you're in. And that's just a pride thing that we all feel. And if you're not feeling it in what you're doing, find the thing that you love to do and work hard at that. Because even if you end up in second or third or fourth place, you're going to love what you're doing. And you're going to realize you put your best foot forward, and you're going to be proud of that. Thank you for joining me in my TED Talk. And
It's beautiful. San Diego Padres, 36-22. There's a reason for that. They're one game back, folks. It doesn't get much better than that. There was very little that I would argue Dreem on his soliloquy right there, and it was just apropos. Now, folks, I'm going to come clean on air. Whenever Dreem is on, you know his lexicon goes up, and so does mine. Dreem and I flirt with each other through our lexicon. Think about it, folks. We already have fluid language skills, but we're trying to impress the other. We are. It's funny. So we apologize if we lose you. We're
You'd have to watch the show with the thesaurus.
Dude, I've known this kid since 1999, and when we both caught and we both read a great deal, we would just. He knew I was listening to him, and I knew he was listening to me, and we would just speak to each other because no one else understood us. But anyway, so that's why I always kid around by saying that we flirt each other in the lexicon manner. But you see, there's another word. But anyway, I won't go all highfalutin on you guys. So the hated ones are 31-26, 5.5 back. Arizona's 10, and Colorado is 12. We're going to take a quick look at the hapless Harper watch, and we got to put up and shut up. Harper had another good week. He's hitting 407 for the last 7 games, 452 on base, and 1,000 slugging. Folks, that's not hapless in any way whatsoever. He hit 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. He had 11 hits, scored 9 runs and 27 at bats. Folks, in any era, that's earning the quan.
Yeah.
That's what you expected. Yeah.
You're earning your paycheck at that point.
Yeah. And good for him.
But can he do this in October?
I'm sorry?
I said, but can he do this in October is the question. You know, we got to see if he's going to be able to pull through. Again, it comes down to the heart. You know, are you going to just do it and make sure you get your bonus and your signing and your, you know, for your contract, fulfill your requirements of your contract and move forward? Or is this, you know,
Yeah.
boy. You're a boy, huh?
Oh, yeah, he is a Philly fan. And I think poor Tony, for a while, thought that we were going after him, and we weren't. See, Tony, the reason why we have the hapless Harper one is because Adam Dunn was our boy for the longest time. And for those of you that know Andrea and Lenny from Blog Talk Radio, they really know their stuff. And unfortunately, Andrea and I got into it regarding fantasy and reality. As you know, Andrea is very sharp. She knows the sport, period. Her love is fantasy, and she's real good at it. And she was talking about Adam Dunn being an MVP superstar in fantasy.
Yes.
And his numbers were there. Well, Scorekeeper, being the bastard that he is, lost his shit and said he is the most worthless number 4 hitter in all of baseball. See, I brought it back to baseball, and she stuck by her guns, and she said, nah. I said, my grandma, if she was batting 4th, would have more RBIs than him because he leaves so many people on base because he strikes out so much.
Yeah.
And
If you swing for the fences, you're going to strike out. It's going to happen. You're going to strike out if you're swinging for the fences on every pitch. Never underestimate the power of a single. Singles turn into doubles with enough heart.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know her. She's awesome, man. They are.
No, they're great. I love Lenny and Andrea. I was able to jump on their show like once or twice, very briefly, but it was so amazing the amount of knowledge that they had, and I was in awe, and they're great. They're entertaining. I love them. Just as entertainers, as people, they definitely know their stuff, and they know fantasy baseball through and through.
Oh yeah. Several years ago, I have to find the picture, but as you know, Lenny and I and Andrea went to Portland, and we called the California Quake game, the women's football. And that's when I first met Lenny in 2010 when I went to Portland. And then a few years ago, Andrea and Lenny were doing their World Tour Father Nation tour. And they stopped in and met with me and my wife and him. And I had a beautiful picture of all four of us. Now, at the time, everyone knew that the woman that is my wife, Margarita, does not take pictures. Andrea got her to take a picture, not 1, 2, or 3. So, thank God I still have that picture because that woman would have ripped it up. She ripped up the picture that I have where we were both on the Forrest Gump bench at Paramount Pictures. I know some of it is due to her illness, but yeah, that was. So I'll see if I can find that picture and show that one in a moment. But anyway, so Andrea's smart.
Hold on. 7 fantasy baseball teams. You have
Yeah.
7 fantasy. You're a crazy man. You're a crazy man.
But
There's no way I could follow that many fantasy teams at once.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, look.
You are a fantasy baseball aficionado yourself, sir.
Okay, look. See, on my day off from my regular work, I did 4 returns yesterday, man. And I
thought that was over.
Oh no, not for me. Not for me. But so it is what it is. So the Hapless Harper watch is an homage to the Adam Dunn watch. And he's the 3rd one that we have followed. And Bryce hasn't done very well over some of the years.
And that's a difficult standing too, because I mean, like when you talk about like the GM, and you have to make these decisions like who am I going to get, what am I going to pay for, what are we willing to trade. There you go. Some people play solitaire. Some people play fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
What was I saying? But yeah, as a GM, you have to make these decisions where you're going to put your money at, and you see the big name, or are you going to go like Moneyball and try to, piece together the island of misfit toys, so to speak, with the same kind of capital, but sometimes it pays off. Sometimes Harper, hits 1,000% or whatever. It's just, it doesn't always work that way, but it's nice when it does. And you get to say my favorite words, I told you so. Harper definitely has missed quite a few times, and it's nice when you can say, well, look, this is why we paid X amount of money for such and such a player, because, look at what they're doing now. Again, like the stocks, it's like everything's a loser until it isn't. You can throw tons of money at a stock, and people are going to be laughing at you because, well, what are you talking about? This is going nowhere. And then all of a sudden you're up 1,000%. You're like, yeah, I knew it. And in reality, you're like, ee! It looks like you're constipating over there, Scorekeeper.
I have it. I'm going to find the picture.
Oh, you're still looking for the picture?
No, I started looking for it right now.
Oh, okay.
But it's all good. Just going to finish up the thing on Bryce Harper. Because, again, we love making fun of him when he doesn't do well.
You got to give him his time when he does good.
And we are. For the season, he's hitting 317, 371 on base, 1.010 on OPS. 15 homers, 15 homers, 45 RBIs. Put up or shut up, he's putting up. So,
Yeah. And that's the other thing I love about baseball. You can strike out 6 times out of 10 and be a legend.
yeah.
You can miss, but you still got to keep playing. You still got to push forward. You know, the other team is going to get their fair shot at the ball. They're still going to get their pitches. You know, you're not going to run out of time. You know, there's going to be errors. You have to capitalize. It is the chess of sports. You know, there's a science behind everything, and you know, you just got to keep playing. So kudos to you, Mr. Harper. I am very proud of you right now. Right now. And we'll see what you do in October.
Yeah, it's not on my phone. I'm gonna have to head over to it's either on Facebook or on my Apple. So I'm gonna find it right now. But all right, folks, that's who we have on the standings, and of course Harper. So LaRussa blew it yesterday against the Dodgers, or earlier in the week. He had a 1-2 count, and he decided to intentionally walk him. Max Muncy was up, returning from the injured list, and sure enough, decided to pitch against him. And Muncy said, "Oh no!"
My turn.
Yeah. Dude,
I
he
love-
had him 1-2.
I love as much as fun as it is to be somebody where they're like, yeah, we're not even gonna throw them the ball. We're just gonna intentional walk. It's more fun to be the next guy because you get to shut everybody up. Oh, you thought he was dangerous? Get a load of me. I'm gonna knock this out. I always batted fourth when I played, and it was so much fun because you know you always want that moonshot, but if somebody's going to intentionally walk you, you get the next guy up, and he's able to do what you do, you're excited. Because it's a team sport at the end of the day. You celebrate your team. So, good for you, man.
You see, I saw it as, wait a minute, you're walking that guy to come get me? Oh, hell no.
Yep.
I'm not making the out.
Yep. It's like, don't let me get out. Don't let me get out. Don't let me get out.
That's right, yeah.
Because then they get the I told you so.
Yeah. But, I didn't want to be that guy. And I did and I generally did well. They rarely ever walked the guy ahead. It was always number 9 anyway, just by the luck of the draw.
Well, you're the pitcher. You know, it happens.
Well, this is when I was playing on the Alcona, the Hawks. I was hitting 9. I was a dangerous 9 throw. I was proud of that match.
Yeah.
So I am looking at my library. I have a lot of pictures on my iCloud account.
I was always number 4. Whether I was playing catcher, pitcher, or whatever, it didn't matter. Stick me wherever you want. Is I'm going to play wherever hardest I can. I'm just not. We had a friend his name was John, who played in the outfield. We could stick him in the outfield and center field by himself, and he would be okay. This guy ran like no one's business. It didn't matter where you hit the ball; he was chasing it down, ready to throw, and he'd still get you out at first because he had the arm.
Oh, yeah.
It's like any pop up, he's like, "I got it." It's like, what the? This is by the catcher, and he's out in center field.
Yeah, it was rare when John, Dreem, and I were on the same team. If we're the same team, the other team effed up, they picked it badly,
They pick
and
their
they
friends.
will lose.
Yep, they pick their friends. He's like, all
And
right,
there was
you
a
want
time
this?
when I was against both of them. I'm like, I don't want to play. I want to go home now. Game's over.
Oh man,
When I was against those two, I want to go home.
yeah, that is definitely that was definitely a good match. It was fun. Like I said, I just bat forward. I don't run bases. I jog.
Yeah,
You can tell by
no,
my
I
girlish
would run.
figure over here. I jog the bases every time.
I had to run.
Well, that's why I'm not a professional baseball player too.
And same thing here.
Yeah.
I probably could have got caught on as defensive replacement. As everyone knew, folks, and as I've said over the years, that I never threw 90 miles an hour. Well, I could get up to the high 80s, but that's not Major League Baseball stuff. I think the batting practice pitchers say, hey, bring it up, dude.
Yeah. No, one thing with one of my favorite pitchers, Greg Maddux, amazing pitcher. One of my favorite quotes from him is like, there comes a point in time, when you're a pitcher in baseball, where you stop trying to make them miss and you start trying to make them hit. If you can get them just hit little bloopers, little, maybe a single, trying to get a single, and you can get them put it up in the air, little pop-ups here and there, golden.
Yeah. See, I was good at inducing from, you know what? I think I may have found them. Okay, ask you to forgive me. I don't think Lenny will beat me up on this because it is on Facebook. But we met for the second time on September 30th. There it is. There's Lenny and myself. Now, you need to understand that I was crouching down. Just kidding. I'm a big old. But I
couldn't just give him that nice picture. You had to mention it.
I know I had to be a jerk.
Yeah.
But look at the life that Lenny has, man. You can see the sparkle in those eyes, man. He is really, really lively, loving what he does. I'm going to see if I can go to September 30th and find some more of these images. Because I know that there's a picture of all four of us.
Well, while you do that, Scorekeeper, did you know that a lion would never play golf?
Say what?
A lion would never play golf.
Why? Because he's always lying?
No, but a tiger would.
Ah!
I saw that the other day. I was like, oh, that's perfect for us.
Oh, I love it. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to find them. I just got to do a massive search on Facebook.
Facebook photo dump time, huh?
Yeah, that's going to take a while, man. So while that uploads, I'm looking forward to finding those pictures. But like I say, it's one of those rare pictures that I'm fortunate to have. And it's Lenny, Andrea, the woman, Margarita, and myself. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get over there. So anyway, while that stuff loads up, we're going to continue with what we're doing. In the USFL, we are now entering, I believe, it's week 9. So there's only 2 weeks left of the regular season in the USFL. As I mentioned, Sonoma is the NASCAR race this week, and Formula One is in Baku. So it's good stuff. Today at 10 a.m. Pacific time, the New Jersey General 7-1 visit the 1-7 Michigan Panthers, and that's on NBC. On USA Today at 3 p.m. Pacific time, the 1-7 Gamblers take on the 8-0 Birmingham Stallions. Tomorrow on Fox, the Tampa Bay Bandits 4-4 visit the 5-3 New Orleans Breakers on Fox at 1 p.m. Just in case. Forgive me, folks. Just bear with me one moment. Outside, inside. So it should be open. All right. And then on the right. First door on the right. On Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1, Philadelphia Stars are 5-3, and the Pittsburgh Maulers are 1-7. So what I'm doing is I'm going to mute his mic. Mine is now active, but it's good. It's going to be a horrible echo. There it is. Hey, I'm trying to lose weight. So, anyway, I think I have it going now. Did I say 4:30 p.m. Pacific time on Fox Sports 1, Philadelphia Stars 5-3 versus the 1-7 Pittsburgh Maulers. So this is week 9, and that's going to be it. Week 10 is the last regular season in the USFL. So, lot of I unfortunately have a lot of pictures. Can I search for 2017? I think I can. Oh, I believe. Oh, I think it's going to be all my posts. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, we'll see. I I thought it should work where since I'm in the photo section. Oh, wow. It's all over the place. Because Lenny was here in September. Yeah. Yeah, they're not in order. Darn it. Okay, forget it. All right. Well, I kind of blew that one. Yeah. Well, you saw one of them, Lenny and myself. I've considered myself fortunate that I've been able to meet him twice, and yeah, they really do good stuff over there. And they're usually at 9 a.m. Eastern time, still on Block Talk Radio. I think they're doing the videos. I think Andrea does videos from time to time, but it's all good. Now, you know what's funny is now it's not letting me go to the search anymore. So it's being stupid. Oh, man. Darn it. This computer is set to be replaced. I already have the replacement coming in, and we'll see. It's a i7 quad core, 32 gigs. Oh, it's an ugly, ugly monster. It's a Lenovo, I believe. And I'm really happy about it. I can't wait because this computer that I've had it for quite a bit of time now. I didn't realize. I've had this one for about 7 years, and it's 16 gigs, but it is giving me problems, and it's got to go. So, I'm glad I'm finally replacing it. Darn it. I'm really. Now, I think if I can do a. Oh my goodness. It's on my main page under photos. Okay, folks. Here it is. This was awesome. This picture means a great deal to me. It can't get ripped up. There he is, Lenny, Andrea, myself, of course. Of course, that's her. You guys know I say things, and I probably shouldn't, but that's her. Tomorrow is our 29th anniversary. Dreem made the comment earlier that I have a lot of stuff going on, all these monitors and things, and I guess I like my life to be complicated. I am fortunate. My employer, I work for a municipal agency here in Los Angeles, and I have 30 years there. I'll have 31 in November of this year. I work full-time there. I have my ongoing business on the side. I drove Uber and Lyft for 5 years, Saturday nights, Sunday mornings. I returned to H&R Block in 2015 because I wanted to be an instructor. I have my union proclivities on SEIU. I've withdrawn from that, but this year I was doing negotiations. You guys know that. I am not sharing this with you for sympathy's sake. I'm sharing this with you because we all have priorities. And I made the mistake of working too much, wanting to provide. Folks, I lived a middle class life growing up. I have not provided a middle class life for my family. I had almost everything growing up. My father did very well for us. I did. Growing up, I had a middle class life, stable. I had almost everything I wanted. I believe my daughters had almost everything, but they didn't have everything. And I know they didn't. But I did everything I could. But I was always working. So I failed. I had a wife that did everything for me and for us for 26 years. She prepared my lunches. She prepared my clothes. She maintained the house. But I guess I didn't do what I was supposed to. So I guess my message to everyone is it's always about the people. They have to come first. Don't work to provide. Work, if anything, to live. Or, yeah, I lived to work. Sorry. In the Women's College World Series, it looks like Oklahoma caps a dominant season, and they took it, and in awesome fashion. I'll see if I can post that article in the chat room. There it is. But what amazing stuff. In the Oklahoma softball, they swept Texas to repeat as college World Series champion. Congratulations and well done to them. It means a great deal. I know it's hard to get that link, so maybe after the fact you can follow up on the link right there. I'll leave it up for a moment more. Oklahoma sent the signal early in the game that its dominant season was about to end short of a sweep in the Women's College World Series Championship Series. It just took over a while for everyone else to know it. Jada Coleman felt it after robbing Texas Courtney Day of what would have been a 3-run homer in the first inning. So did Jordy Ball, letting out one of her primal screams in the circle. I heard that. Wow. As she watched Coleman haul in the ball that seemed destined to clear the wall in left center. Sooners coach Patty Gassel did in the OU dugout. You guys will have to see it. Congratulations to them. I know it's softball. It's not baseball. Doesn't mean it's not a sport. It is a sport. And these women, I was going to say girls, these women are incredible athletes. And wow, good for them. And congratulations to them. They deserve every bit of it. And it was fun watching their run. The College World Series for the softball tournament was absolutely phenomenal. You guys can watch it, check it out. It's really good stuff. So congratulations to them for being repeat champions. So, yeah. We'll maybe talk about the College World Series in baseball next week. But, yeah, congratulations to them. Tennessee fans, a bunch of jerks. I'm going to laugh. I know I'm going to get in trouble for being insensitive, but hell, it is what it is. Tennessee baseball fans wear, quote, classless versus Catholics t-shirts for Super Regional game versus Notre Dame. I think that's funny. And look, I have no connection to Notre Dame whatsoever, but I still think it's funny. Some Tennessee baseball fans showed up to Lindsey Nelson Stadium for Game 1 of the Knoxville Super Regional against Notre Dame wearing T-shirts that read "Classless versus Catholics." That's funny. It's a play on the infamous Catholics versus convicts mantra that originated in the Notre Dame Miami football rivalry in the 80s. It's also a sign that Vols fans have embraced the classless label that fans have been given on social media by opposing fan bases, mostly within the SEC. It wasn't directed against Notre Dame. That's why I said, come on, folks. There's actually a bit of sense of humor on that. The term was used most recently when a clip of Vols right fielder Jordan Beck's one-finger salute to the regional final win over Georgia Tech went viral on Twitter. It was also heavily used when Tennessee football fans delayed a game against Ole Miss by launching trash on the field, including a full bottle of mustard. Come on, folks. Why are you wasting food? But there it is. Here's an image of it. Kind of funny. And this is on the Twitter feed from William Puckett. Of course, you've heard of Catholics versus convicts. The Vols haven't caught any charges. The fans are embracing the classless moniker. That's funny. It is what it is. You could cry about it. They're not. They've taken on the moniker and they're moving forward. So it's good stuff. Switching very quickly is cycling. Former Tour de France champion Greg LeMond reveals leukemia diagnosis. Cycling, lots of cancer, folks. Absolutely horrible. 3-time Tour de France champion Greg LeMond has announced he's been diagnosed with a treatable form of cancer, chronic myelogenous leukemia. I'm sure I butchered that one. In a statement posted to his personal website last Thursday, LeMond said the illness is not life-threatening, but has resulted in bouts of fatigue and will prevent him from attending this year's Tour de France in person. I hope he is able to recover quickly and get back to it. Cycling is better off with him than without him. So hopefully he will get well soon. He'll be able to get this treatment stuff out of the way and everything will be good. We touched upon it during the week in the NFL that the Broncos have been sold $4.5 billion. I'm sorry, I take it back. $4.65 billion. Wow. The ownership group is headed by Walmart heir Rob Walton, and apparently they're going wild on it because it clicks off a lot of the diversity boxes. See, and this is disappointing when you have to report on this, being a minority myself. I admit that I have lived a fortunate life. I do admit it, flat out. I know it, and I talk about it. I've been a beneficiary. I'm annoyed when people mention the minority stuff just to mention the minority stuff. I guess I should be annoyed with myself right now. But as per the USA Today article, the NFL can score big, and I guess that's why I'm talking about it, because looking at it from that way, the insensitive way, or the stupid way. Hey, sports talk with the guys. The ownership group, which is headed by Walmart heir Walton, includes a black woman, Melody Hobson, addressing a goal and resolution from the league. So here's to progress. Hobson, of course, is co-CEO of Ariel Investment and chair of the board of Starbucks, which is also in the mix. The exact size of her stake is unknown, doesn't matter, although it's apparent Walton didn't need her cash to consummate an exchange that perhaps will be formally approved by other team owners before the start of 2022, the season of 2022. Hobson will have key influence in the business and the franchise. It isn't typical for limited partners. Or maybe not. We'll see. The point is you have a minority owner, and female. So that's good. Hey, it is what it is, folks. Now golf, which I talked about. It's bad. With the inaugural LIV stuff. London. Did you guys know that Phil Mickelson, I believe I have it in my notes right here. I had to write this one down separately. Phil Mickelson is receiving $200 million for joining the LIV Golf Tour. So the ones that will compete in the new Saudi-funded LIV Golf Invitational. Wow. So let me put this article in the chat room. Forgive me. And I'm going to post that one there right now. I don't know if the link is going to be able to be read very well, and I apologize for that. But the LIV Golf Invitational Series, a controversial new league designed to compete with the PGA Tour, will start play Thursday, a few days ago, at the Centurion Golf Club in London. The 8-tournament golf series, founded by two-time British Open winner Greg Norman, is supported financially by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Saudi Arabia has been criticized for human rights abuses, and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has been accused of sanctioning the 2018 murder and dismemberment of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi. The official golf world ranking will not recognize the event, meaning competitors will not earn any points from participating. This has not stopped more than 40 players from committing to play for the $255 million prize money, which is the richest in golf history. Bryson DeChambeau will join the league starting July 1-3 for the event in North Plains, Oregon, his agent said. The London tournament can be streamed on the company's website, as well as YouTube and Facebook. So, there's a lot to be said for this. I'm not certain Dreem is familiar with that. I'm going to ask him to unmute his mic, and I will mute my. Dreem,
Yes.
you heard a little bit about what I was talking about the LIV being a new league like Greg Norman, but they have Saudi money. Everyone who is in the LIV has now been banned from the PGA.
Really?
It happened, I believe, on Thursday.
And you said 40 people?
We know of 40 that have committed to it, but the PGA has banned them.
Ooh. That's a lot of people.
Or they've suspended them.
So they have Saudi money?
Yes, from the National Investment Fund. They invested in
Bill
LIV.
Mickelson.
Bill Mickelson is probably the biggest one. Dustin Johnson.
Wow, Phil Mickelson is definitely a big name to be taken out. How does that affect the rest of everybody?
Blood money.
Blood money.
If you look at Saudi Arabia, they took out Khashoggi. MBS, was involved, or his minions were. And we know that women's rights, minority rights, and non-believer rights do not exist in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
This will be my comment on the belief system, but in Saudi Arabia and other nations which are theocracies, such as, well, Turkey is almost a theocracy, but if you are someone of a different belief, you are unable to purchase land. So a church, a synagogue cannot be opened. Do they exist? Yes, I don't want to say they're grandfathered in, but the way the law is written, they cannot own the land. Now again, I'm not going to get into the grandfathered stuff, but if I wanted to build a synagogue or a church, I am unable to do so in many countries such as Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, Turkey.
thinking about starting a synagogue?
I'm sorry.
Were you thinking about starting a synagogue? I'm
It
joking.
depends how hard up I am for money.
Right. Depends how much of a tax break you needed.
I'm sorry. Can't reveal everything.
Oh man.
I'd be disrespectful, folks. And
Yes.
I apologize. We're making a joke. We're stupid.
Yes, we are.
You know that.
We already know this. We are all idiots here. We're just playing in a big pond.
We readily acknowledge.
There's a lot going on when it comes to the politics and everything behind it. And, I am not qualified or quantified to be able to comment on the politics that go forward in that. But as far as the sports go, I can comment on that and just say, you know what, if you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, then you have to suffer the consequences of it. There's repercussions for every action. If you're going to do something on the shady side and hope you don't get caught, cool. But guess what? If you get caught, you got to face the facts. And you got to face the consequences of it. And you take money from someone you're not supposed to, whether it be, Saudi Arabia or the mafia, it doesn't matter. You're not supposed to be taking money from certain people and you're getting money from them. So guess what? It's not going to happen.
Now, Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy, who have not joined the LIV, do support the PGA Tour suspension of LIV golf players. I'm pleased Thomas said Thursday at the RBC Canadian Open. I think anybody that's shocked clearly hasn't listened to the message that Jay and everybody's been putting out. They took that risk going in, whether they thought it was a risk or not. Like I've said the whole time, I have great belief and great confidence in the PGA Tour and where we're going and continuing to grow to. And those guys just aren't going to be part of it. And Thomas was asked if it would be awkward to see some of his former colleagues and Ryder Cup teammates, such as Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson and others, next week at the U.S. Open. I saw DJ last week at home and it was fine, Thomas said. I would say a lot of the guys, myself included, aren't as a U.S. Open to socialize. I'm not there to have a conversation and catch up. I'm sure it will be awkward. When I saw DJ last week, I didn't know what to say. If it was a congrats for a bye or whatever it was. It is what it is. I think we're all grown-ups and we understand there's going to be some guys who can make some jokes too, and some guys have to leave it alone. But in the end, we're all there to win a major.
I mean, some people are more crass than others, like us. We're very crass. We make jokes about inappropriate situations. It's how we deal with it. It's a defense mechanism for sure to be able to joke about things that are very serious. End of the day, they have to deal with it and they have to move forward. It is going to be awkward, I'm sure, for some people. No matter what happens, that we've all had that one coworker that got suspended from HR for making weird comments or, staring the wrong way at somebody, and then they come back to work after their suspension, and you're just like, hey, how's that coffee going? You can't, really touch on the intricacies of it without getting into some deeper conversations. But they're all professionals and they got to figure out what works best for them. And it comes down to it, whether when you make those decisions, whether intentional or unintentional, whenever somebody's saying, here, take my money, it's best to look into where it's coming from and to know what that entails and what repercussions could come from it. You don't want to have to owe somebody a favor at some point.
I'm not going to be hypocritical and go after these golfers Johnson, I believe, said that, look, I'm doing it for family, for the money, for the opportunity. Early in the year, he said he was in committed to PGA, but then he switched. There's more money in that purse. It's a PGA. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. It's a golf changing event. The money in this tournament is significant. It's a lot, folks. And it is what it is. Because for me to sit here and throw rocks,
I don't see any windows.
Very good. There are no windows. I guess I could throw a rock. Very good, Dream. Thank you. I don't have a Coke soda right here. I have them all around, but my point is, I drink Coke. So, in many parts of the world, union members or people who are trying to organize are killed. Okay, I'm going to go back. I cannot say because it is a clear connection of something I was about to say, which will open me up to litigation, which I'll lose. Let's just say that my union members and family in other countries suffer at the hands of corporations that are against them. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not making any connections. I know there was an errant thought. I ask you to ignore it, but understand. I'm not going to sit here. I struggle with it. So I'm not going to be one to throw rocks at these golfers. It's bad. It's blood money. But there are other people that don't have the same unique connection that I have and take other products that are dirty in the world. Careful the rocks you throw, people.
It's true. I mean, look at major corporations, no matter what the corporation is, are in it for a profit. Even our own government. Think about this, and I have no connections to anything, so I can say whatever the hell I want.
I've actually had to shut myself 3 times today.
That's rare. Try getting Roger to shut up about anything. This doesn't happen. But just think about the rocket ships that go into space. You know, they're paying millions and millions of dollars for the lives of everybody that's out there. You know, and all our astronauts, and all the pieces are purchased and bought to the cheapest bidder. You know, whoever's going to pay whatever you have to pay the least for, you know, they're going to make their profits. He's making more coffee.
I apologize. I'm getting a cup of coffee. So every
now
time
you have a camera looking at you.
I know. It's odd. So when you see me run off, this is the coffee station, folks.
Yeah.
They're the liquor bottles. Hey, Dreem, look.
You still got that? Oh, the Bushmill 16 year. And let me guess, you haven't even opened it, did you?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm letting it age a little bit. Dude,
this is a Bushmill 16 year.
This is from the program that we did in the evening with DA.
Last year.
Yes. So, folks, this is a promise. This Bushmills will be drunk. We're not going to drink it or drink it. It will be drunk in Arizona when Dreem moves to Arizona.
Hey, I like that.
And we will do a program from Arizona. Which is cool.
That sounds
My coffee's almost done. I apologize. I have to keep it going. But these are all the bottles. Folks, these have been given to me by my clients. This is Japanese plum wine.
Ooh.
Coralejo. These are all drinks that I've been given by my clients. It's unreal. I have to have this peach wine fast because it will not sit for long.
No, once you open wine, you gotta
Okay,
tear
well,
that up.
it's not open, but then I have my classmate Anthony Calvano bottled his own wine.
Oh.
He did it in 2017, class of '87. He bought his own.
You still doing that?
I think he's continuing. Yes.
That's awesome.
And then I have a Santa Margherita Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
I'm hoping one day Claudia will say yes and drink that one with me.
Oh my goodness.
She's never gonna say yes.
No, she's not.
And thank God she works for me, so we'll leave it at that. I'm being stupid, folks. I apologize. I am losing my voice.
What else is new?
And then this was also a collector's item.
Oh, the boot.
Yeah.
Das Boot.
Das Boot. Das good.
Yes.
Das Boot. Das good.
You got your whiskey decanter sitting with tequila in it.
Don't tell
That's a shame. I can look at it and see if that's wrong.
I know. And most people guess right when I say, I'm Mexican. And they say, oh, tequila. Like, I know, it should be brandy. But brandy is darker, isn't it?
It should be whiskey, not brandy.
Really?
Yes. That is a whiskey decanter.
How do you know?
There's two types of
How do idiots like me make it look good?
There's whiskey decanters.
First of all, Roger, spend more than $20.
Whiskey,
Dream up on that one.
whiskey is good to sit a little bit longer than a brandy. So usually whiskey will go into the decanter. And whiskey usually you'll have either square or there will be circular ones as well, types of decanters we use for whiskey. But yeah, that's a whiskey decanter. Sorry.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you made that clear. Sorry, folks. I had to get that because I'm starting to lose my voice again. So
the caffeine is definitely going to help you.
So what?
I said the caffeine is definitely going to help you with your voice. Yeah.
He's making fun of me.
Don't I always? So, really, have you touched basketball yet?
No, I was about to go to that. Let's go for it.
All right. I just want to say something that was very classless in the Warriors and Celtics game. First of all, we all know I hate the Celtics. I hate Boston with the passion. I am a Yankees fan, so I hate Boston there, and I am a Laker fan, so I hate Boston there. However, I do not condone the chanting from the Warriors fans at one of the games in the finals against Draymond Green. And the fans, I don't know if you've seen the video or you watched the game, but it was on live and you can still see it on YouTube. But the fans were chanting very inappropriately, saying "F you, Draymond." It was very classless. I do not condone that. As much as I hate the Boston teams, I do not condone, just straight out cursing like that for a whole chant and for the organization to encourage it. The announcers did their best to try to just talk over it, but they kept going for a while. They're just trying to get a reaction out of Draymond Green, trying to get him a technical, trying to get him kicked out, etc. But at the end of the day, have some class. It's a game. We're all trying to enjoy it. They have to cut away. It affects all sorts of different things going on and stuff like that. Much like the cheerleader / stripper that ran out onto the field. You got to cut away from that. You can't be showing that. So I do not condone that. Shame on you. Let's just enjoy some basketball. Did you see that clip?
No, I'm gonna have to see if I can find it right now.
Yeah, you can't really air it just because of the person.
Yeah,
Well, we could, but we won't.
Yeah, there's no. I don't know if Tony watches basketball, if he has any comments on that one, but that's classless, folks. Look, it's part of the game to get into the player's mind, but there's no need to swear. Come on. It really isn't. And I love how people love to cover it up and say, "Oh, well, creative people need to swear." That's just covering up for what you do. We let our language slip here because we just do, but I'm not proud of it. And if you listen to me over the years, I don't swear very much, nor does Dreem.
You have to. My thing is, I swear like a sailor now that I'm in the kitchen, even more so. Um, However, it's appropriate to where you are. You have to look at who your audience is. Who are you speaking to? You know, if you're talking in a professional environment, obviously your lexicon is going to jump up several notches. You know, if you're talking with your buddies, having a beer, you know you're gonna swear. It's just a thing. You know, but your your verbiage of choice has to be appropriate for the situation that you're in. You know, and like we were talking earlier about, you know, the girl running on the field, you know, it's like kids are at these games, kids are watching these games at home on TV. You know, it's like, is this really the example you want to set for your kids? You know, did you ever watch? I know Scorekeeper watched the movie 42 about Jackie Robinson, and you know, there's this kid and father having a sweet moment watching the game, and you know, the Jackie Robinson comes up, and then all of a sudden, you know, the father starts chanting using the N word, and everybody around him starts shouting out the N word and stuff like that. And then the kid looks confused, and then he starts using the N word, and it's a learned behavior. You know, and now obviously, you know, "fu" is not the same as using the N word because we won't even use the N word ever specifically for that reason. Um, but you know, we're teaching these kids that that is an acceptable behavior when we need to keep the purity of the game. You know, they should be able to go to the stands, enjoy the game, have a wholesome moment. You know, whether it's, you know, with their parents, their friends, you know, whatever. You're at home, okay, whatever. But it kind of ruins it, in my opinion.
I agree. It does. We are not saints, as I've said over and over, but we don't go there to do that stuff. I'm not against anyone doing that, but it's just, are people watching too? Why? Why do you have to be that way? But you know what? These are the kids that were beaten up at home. These were the kids that never had much, and now they're out in the world and they don't care. And it's just, I'm sorry, it's an issue of being an adult versus just versus that. I'm not going to give it a title. But Dreem, I've heard your language. Maybe you respect me. I don't know why.
I do. I have some
but
respect.
You don't swear around me in the manner that you say.
Again, it's about the audience you're with. You know, and when I'm with you, you know, we enjoy the upper class
You
lexicon.
don't swear like a sailor.
No, when I'm in the kitchen, you know, when I'm in the kitchen, all these guys are adults as well. You know, we're dealing with the hot, loud, you know, kitchen, and it's a more, shall we say, it was just a different environment. You know, and when you're talking with your buddies and your friends, or you know, or whatever, you know, it's a different situation. You know, wherever you're at, and to try to get somebody who works in the kitchen to not curse is like slamming your head into a brick wall. It's not going to happen. You know, we are a different breed in there. You know, when I hire a server, you know, you want them to have great customer service skills. You want them to be very friendly and outgoing. You know, when you hire a bartender, you want them to have, you know, great skills with multitasking. You know, being able to handle high stress environments. You know, when you hire, you know, a kitchen worker, you expect them to do just a little bit of jail. You know,
I got that.
it's it's just one of those things. You know, we're a different breed. It takes a different breed to be able to handle working in a kitchen. You know, and it's nothing negative, nothing bad. It takes a little bit of crazy. It takes a little bit of being able to get your hands dirty and I mean, obviously wash them before you touch food, but I'm saying like you got to be able to do the hard work, and it's a different type of person that works in a kitchen than it is, somebody who works in an office from 9 to 5. There's a completely different rule set. There's a completely different expectation of what you're supposed to be doing. So, at a basketball game, chanting in front of kids, not the place you want to be. You don't curse in front of kids. Just like you wouldn't curse in front of your boss, just like you wouldn't curse in front of your priest. Just like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes if it's right. When they start spouting some stuff, you gotta put the foot down.
Okay, yeah, but that's an asterisk.
Yeah, that's an asterisk.
I do want to show a picture, folks. I'm way off topic.
Oh,
this is
my
the three of
goodness.
us at Thursday's game. See, I was wearing my Angels jersey.
Yeah.
People were stunned that I had an Angels jersey. It's old, but I do. That's
And
me
you're
on the
wearing your
left,
Hogwarts hat.
Peter in the middle. I'm sorry?
And you're wearing your Hogwarts hat.
Yes. Yes, Peter in the middle. And, of course, Caesar. Right. And he's wearing an awesome cap. It's green with the flag in black.
That's your
really
little
looks
Peter.
good. We had a blast, folks. And I hope we have a chance to go again. And as you know, for those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, Caesar has been in a lot of my videos. He's cool, man. He's the butt of the jokes often, but he's really good when it comes to it.
I was going to say, when I make it to Arizona, I'm going to be about 20 minutes away from where we're looking at. We haven't locked down a place yet. We still have to meet with real estate peoples. But from where
This
we're
is a
looking,
lot more serious than
yeah. Well, I mean, we went scouting in Arizona just this last week, and for our next location, and where we're looking, we're about 20 minutes away from Diamondback Stadium and from the Cardinal Stadium. So I'm looking to like split the difference between the two, Scottsdale area.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, give me a spatial orientation.
Yeah. So there's like on one side you have the Diamondbacks, and then you have the Cardinal Stadium, and they're about maybe 30 to 40 minutes away from each other, and we're looking to like kind of split the difference kind of in there. It's a area around Peoria. You got Scottsdale. You got like in the Phoenix area. If that's the broader sense.
As I mentioned, I'm going to pick up my brother. He has dialysis Saturday morning, and he's done at about 9:30. So we're going to finish the program at 9. I'm going to zoom down to Anaheim, pick him up, and then we're going to Arizona.
That's a 6-hour drive.
Yes. Depending on how he feels, I believe Arizona is playing. We may try to catch a game in Arizona, depending on how he feels. And then we'll probably end in Flagstaff.
Mm.
And then in the morning, we'll wake up, go to the crater, and then we're going to go to Winslow, 4 Points, come back through Monument Valley, stop, do the Forrest Gump thing. Remember the movie where he turns around and he says, "Oh my God, he's about to say something." I think I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
There is a highway marker right there in Monument Valley as to where he stopped, and you can go ahead and take pictures there, which is kind of cool. And then we'll probably come back, and depending on how we feel, we'll either come back all the way or maybe go to Las Vegas and end the evening in Las Vegas and then come back on Monday. So I have a holiday Monday.
Oh, there you go.
Juneteenth for me.
Yes. Juneteenth. God love it.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. That's another benefit of being in Arizona is you're hop, skipping, and jump away from California or Vegas, depending on how the mood strikes. You can get I think from here to Arizona, the flights are like $85, $95 round trip, something like that.
Well, not that they're a vendor or a sponsor, but Alaska Airlines has a program where it's like $49 a month, and you get like a certain number of flights to Arizona, Nevada, and Oregon.
Oh,
And since you're going to be in Arizona,
that might
I
be
would
worth it.
look into checking that out. I cannot wait for this young man to move to Arizona. Look, I'm going to say it on air. I told Dreem when would be a good time to go to Louisiana in November. And he gave me the dates and stuff. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to go out there and visit. And he says, yeah, I was giving you that for conversational purposes. You're coming here for Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we
He
gonna
has
feed
a
you,
huge
man.
family.
We gonna feed you, sir.
Well, but it's a family event, dude.
Your family, brother. You know that.
Yeah, yes, but it's okay. I can't say it. There is no.
It's done. You got to do it.
Oh yeah, I told people that I've actually announced that I'm not going to go off holiday, and I have to buy my tickets soon because
Yes.
it's going to be miserable anyway.
Yeah.
And I have some vacation time that I've been building up, and I'm going to head on over there because I want to see him in Louisiana before he moves over here.
Yeah. Once I'm in Arizona, it'll be a lot easier for you to make it out, and vice versa. You know?
Yeah, and I think it's, dude, you're over there. It's the time to go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we cannot catch our own baseball game in Louisiana. They weren't able to keep anything, like any baseball teams. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you. We couldn't even keep we had like a minor league team. They couldn't even decide on the name. They finally decided on the name. Then it was like the baby cakes. It's like, why? No, I don't know. It's sad, really. Oh, you
But
probably
I tell you, I am looking forward to being able to head out there, and I'm looking forward to.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing all this stuff to click on because I'm not, like I said, normally I'm on my phone. Here I have more control to do stuff, so I'm just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and he has a lot more buttons to play with.
there you go, perfect.
He kicked himself out. Why?
There we go.
Stop it.
I don't know how to go back. There it is.
He just clicked on the other button. See, that's the one that I prefer. As you know, Evernew is on every other week after. It's not going to be on this week. But Chris likes using this one. And I think it's like way too much. And if you move just a tad, you're out of it. And this one is a bit more forgiving.
We know you like this one.
No. Only when I'm alone. I'm not alone. I have Dreem here.
Oh,
So Dreem, what else do you want to get to, Bill?
oh man, Tommy's.
I was about to look up when they open. I know they're open by 11. I don't know if they're open by 10. If they are,
He's one of
we'll
these.
see.
One of
Actually,
these
I think they
extra
have a
computers.
breakfast menu.
They do. That doesn't mean they open super. There's 10 computers. I don't know which one to click on.
Ha ha.
I'm not even kidding. There's this computer right here that I'm on that has like all his news and it has the camera and stuff. And then there's this computer over here that has the sports talk. He's got way more computers on that side. There's more behind me. There's one on the ceiling. I think there's a camera underneath his desk here. I'm not sure.
There's a laptop.
Oh, the laptop.
Yeah, the
I forgot
laptop.
about the laptop. There it is.
Yeah, there's a laptop right on there.
So it's like I want to go explore and start clicking, but I don't want to pull up anything I'm not supposed to.
There's a laptop in front of him. There's a computer over to my left. There's another laptop right here.
This is definitely an office. and a studio at the same time. He's a studio executive. Look at this guy. You like
Dude,
that
they
time?
open at 9 a.m.
All right, we're leaving in about 5 minutes. No, I'm just sad Big Dog wasn't able to join us today. I miss that guy.
Gridiron Girl was not able to join us.
Gridiron Girl.
Almighty.
Oh yeah, he's not doing too well right now. I think, right? No.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Big Dog because he knows.
Oh, okay. Well, we will definitely get Big Dog on there as soon as possible. See,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
used
Big
to
Dog's
I'm used to
birthday
Louisiana time, so in my head, this show's going on till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, which is in 2 minutes, 3
Yeah.
minutes, 5 minutes.
So I was like, oh wait, it's only 9 o'clock. We got plenty of time. It's all right. We're good. But I'm sorry. I didn't know if there's anything else you wanted to get into. Scorekeeper.
Actually, we have covered quite a bit. I do want to say this, that the NBA Finals are now 2-2 due to the big game that Steph Curry had. And the NHL.
Well, real quick, I will comment on the finals because I did just get into the fan stuff, and that was about it. I hate Boston. I think I mentioned that once or twice in the course of NBD media.
Dreem, forgive me. What are your feelings on Boston?
On the negative side, I will say that's on the negative side. They can burn for all I care.
We mean the team.
The teams.
We're kind of fuzzy warm on the city, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they had something big about tea a while ago, but that's about it. No, I want Golden State to win. Who do you got?
Golden State.
Okay.
And I'm no fan of Golden State.
No. So, keys for that to happen. Curry needs to show up in the fourth quarter. I think one of the last games, not the last game, but the game before, he was like negative 30, like in the rankings for fourth quarter. Like, he just doesn't show up. They need Klay Thomas and Jordan Poole to handle their business. They need Klay to be Klay. The reason Steph was so lackadaisical in the fourth quarter, Steph always has a big third. He always has a big third quarter. But he usually gets lackadaisical in the fourth because that's Klay Thompson's time to shine. For many years, Steph handled three. Klay Thompson said, "Oh, I see what you can do. Let me raise you, and let me jump in." And he handled the fourth quarter. But Klay's coming off of his injuries. He's still not 100% up to himself, in my personal opinion. I think he can do a lot better. Give the man some time. He'll get back into form. Excuse me. And Jordan Poole is going to be another thing to keep. That's the unsung hero right now. Excuse me. He needs to step up, but I just don't think he's ready yet. I don't think it's his time for the spotlight just yet. I think next year is definitely going to be a realization moment for him, where he's like, "Look, I can hang with the big boys. I had my moments, but I want to say he kind of reminds me of like Jeremy Lin, not in the basketball style sense of any kind like that, but just he's having his moments, and he's at a moment. He's at a stage where he like a fork in the road. Like you can either, take this time that you're in and make the most of it, or find a ceiling and just crater off. Philadelphia hates everything Boston. Go. See, that's why we keep you here. That's why you're so loud. I'm just going to leave that up for the remainder of the show. I think Jordan Poole is going to be a very interesting figure to watch going forward. He's had his, like I said, he's had his big threes, he's had his big plays, he's had his big moments. Tatum is not easy to stop. He's going to get his points. He's going to show up. Defensively, Golden State needs to step up. They need to play the same old defense that They have been, but they need to step it up more because they're not getting the same points. They're not getting the same production from Klay Thomas. Uh, they're not delivering like they normally used to. So they need to up their defensive end. Um, but I will definitely take the Warriors. Originally, I said Warriors in 6. I might have to stretch that out to 7. Um, but I really want the Warriors to pull this off.
Yeah, look, Game 4 was impressive. This is what Golden State does. I'm stunned that it's 2-2, but Boston.
Boston had the tougher road. They played with a lot of heart, and I think that's the main difference. Like we were talking earlier, you're not going to out heart that Boston Celtics team right now. You have to outskill them. Boston had a much tougher road to get to where they are, and they are performing. They are busting their tails to not let this opportunity pass. So I have.
Yeah, it's obvious they want it.
Yeah, they want it bad. You can see it. And Golden State came in, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got this. No big deal." And look what happened. I strongly feel that if Golden State wants this, they got to play smart, technical basketball. They have to get back to basics on defense and really up their game. And it's going to be up to Klay Thomas whether he's going to, take a step up or if he's going to, try to let Jordan Poole handle his thing. But Klay Thompson's not old Klay Thompson. He's not old Klay. He's got to find that zone where he's comfortable in and let him and capitalize on that and be just dangerous enough to keep the defense on him and play smart basketball. You don't always have to take that, 30-foot three-pointer. Sometimes you have to make the extra pass and let somebody else take it. But Steph can fire from half court for all I care. He's going to knock her down. But I mean, they're a very talented team. Look out for the defense. Look out for Jordan Poole, and we need smarter basketball from Klay Thompson. That's for Warriors' key to victory. If anybody has any comments, I'd love to hear it. But I mean, that's my opinion. Be that what it may.
I appreciate that, Dream. That's significant analysis on it. Look, it's 1-1-1 from here on out. The series is tied. You can forget the first 2 games. This is it. It's a best of 3 series, winner take all. And I hope it goes 7. And I hope Golden State. No, I hope Golden State takes the next 2.
Yeah.
So very quickly, switching gears, hockey. The Avalanche are in, and I believe the New York Rangers are 1 game away. No, the Lightning messed up.
Lightning beat the Rangers.
They're 1 win from the Stanley Cup final. So, see what happens. Folks.
So it's going to be Avalanche or possibly the Lightning.
Yeah, right now. I do want to comment very quickly on Jack Del Rio. Did we forget, folks, that what he did when he was down south as head coach? Remember that? Guy has an attitude. So he said some stupid things. They are stupid things. And he referred to January 6th as a dust-up. People died, folks. It's not a dust-up. And I'm not going to get into the political stuff. But as an assistant coach, shut your mouth! There's no reason for you to be commenting on stuff in Washington, D.C. Okay?
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Yes. Okay. Look. I guess I own the name NDB Media, but I never tell these guys what to say or what not to say. There's a reason why they are on this program, because I believe in them, and even though we have different opinions, God knows if you've seen this program, Big Dog and I get impatient with each other, whether it's due to the procedure or our beliefs, or because we've known each other for so long. But it doesn't end. We listen, we get angry, and we move on. We're not going to beat each other up. We're not going to damn each other or block each other. So
We're adults.
we're adults. So my point is that these gentlemen, number one, I trust them. But even if I disagree with them, I'm not going to cancel them out. So if we were a money-making endeavor, that might be a little bit different.
Yeah, that would be a little different. We would definitely be a little bit more respectful. And we would have
Yeah.
a lot more plugs, like this sponsor right here. But we keep it free, we keep it exciting, and we try to just be ourselves. So thank
The
you
only
for
thing
having
I've
us,
ever
man.
told these guys is just don't be stupid, which we violated every day.
Yep.
So
Home
that's
of the
the
Monday
standing
morning
order that's
quarterbacks.
become a joke. I'm sorry, Drew?
Said home of the Monday morning quarterbacks every Saturday morning,
Yes. But
etc.
say
ad
whichever you
nauseum
want.
ad infinitum.
Yep. I do my best not to spew hate. That's not what we are. And I do not tolerate hate. Genuine hate, I have no place in.
Except for
And
the Celtics.
I will cancel it out. If I know someone who's hateful, I don't have time for them. But I will not spend time. I will not waste time. So, but anyway, I went too far extreme. Jack Del Rio, Tucker Carlson had nothing better to do and go crazy on what happened because he got fined $100,000. I think that's a lot of money. That was way too much. He should have been fined, maybe just suspended and said, dude, we need you to keep your political commentary quiet. Okay? You now represent the Washington Commanders. Dude, we have a fan base that is worldwide. Don't alienate anyone. And that's what he did. Tucker Carlson, on the other hand, was calling fascism, and this is America. Dude, you're an employee. If you don't want to work for the Commanders, go somewhere else.
That's exactly right.
If I had a major league team, I'm telling you, look, folks, shut up.
Like,
No
what do you-
political commentary, no religious commentary.
Exactly. It's like,
You're
so
here
how do you
to
feel
play.
about the January 6th? Well, we didn't have a game on the 6th. So that's about it.
Yeah.
That should be the extent of your comments on that. Like, this is what you're paid to do when you're in that moment and you're representing your employer, wherever it is. You're a professional. That's what you do. Yes, you're entitled to your own opinions. Second, you make those opinions public. Guess what? You're representing your team because you're a public figure. You're representing your job.
And there is no difference off the record, on the record anymore. It is what it is.
You posted something on MySpace back in the day. Guess what? It's coming up.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, look, I posted stuff that's going to come back and bite me eventually because I was stupid, and I'm going to be nailed for being stupid. I'm going to be ridiculed around the world for being stupid. But folks, it's not hateful. It's risque. The imagery was stupid, but you can never accuse Scorekeeper of being. Look at how I put this. The Scorekeeper's stupid.
Yes. It's okay.
I practice what I preach. And when I find hate, I'm out. I'm not going to do it. But Jack Del Rio, dude, I think I'm with you. The fine is way too much. I think I would have suspended him for a game or a day or whatever, and I would have had a conversation with them, which I believe they did, and just say, dude, we're a worldwide organization. You're making us look bad. It's not an issue of right and wrong, folks. That's what people don't get. It's not right or wrong. It's you're making us look bad. And that's what I've said over and over are the Major League Baseball unwritten rules. Respect me, I'll respect you. But it's based on don't make me look bad. If you show me up, I'll show your ass up. That's what the unwritten rules are. And what are the unwritten rules? You're beating me 9-1. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Why are you stealing a base? Why, I know.
Why are you
No
stealing the
difference
ball? 5 seconds left in the game, running up for a slam dunk when you're winning by 30 points. You don't gotta
be
that.
a dick.
I do want to say two things since we're kind of nearing the end of this.
Yeah.
One, I wanted to say Happy Pride Month. I am an ally. I am saying, if you are, just be you. I say Happy Pride Month.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
And I want you all to know that you are supported. No matter what you're going through, reach out to help, reach out to your loved ones. But yes, so Happy Pride Month to everybody. Love is love. And also, if I don't catch you next week, hope you all have a happy, safe Juneteenth. Support Black-owned businesses, and let's all work together.
Appreciate that, Dream. I love that. Folks, it's what it's about. Look, we all have different opinions. We have different lifestyles. And folks, as a lot of people don't know this, but every desk, there's one by Dream. I have one. Every desk here has
A
the
Millennium
U.S.
Falcon.
Constitution.
Oh,
The Millennium Falcon. And I have this for two reasons. For the naysayers that say income taxes are not the Constitution. Yeah, 16th Amendment, dumbass. Anyway, where do we get our authority to do what we do? It's right in here, Constitution. So, I believe in it. I consider myself fortunate to be in this country. And the very words of it are that we are entitled to certain things that other places are not. So I follow this as best I can because I wanted to endure and survive. I may not agree with you. That doesn't mean that I'm going to go out and try to beat your ass. I'm going to try to beat you at the ballot box. That's the way we handle business here. I know, we just had our vote. Other places are still voting. So, folks, we are Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. We do thank you, Speedy, for joining us earlier. We are missing Almighty and Big Dawg. We hope that they heal and are able to join us soon enough again. I'm thrilled that Dreem is here. It doesn't matter what I weigh, but I'm going to weigh some more in a few minutes due to Dreem. Thank you. And we're going to go and do some imagery. And we're going to Toppings. There's no doubt about it. So looking forward to it. And we'll see what else. Tony, I want to thank you again. I missed you when you were in Philadelphia. Yes. Especially the studio, yes. And I can't wait till when he's in Arizona. Well, oh damn, are we going to do a program in November from your place?
sure. We could. We can make that happen.
Or we may do one on Saturday morning, even if we have to be outside. I think we will. All right, we'll see, but that's in November. In the meantime, folks, thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Ross, for being in with us. And everyone else, because we've seen quite a few people in the program today that don't identify themselves. And we do appreciate your commentary. Coffee, I know you're lurking. So I didn't give you any material to try to piss me off today. Looks good. But coffee and I are AB positive on the blood. That should tell you everything. All right, folks. We'll see you guys on the other side. Dreem, if you want to take us away.
Peace.